Here we are, State Wars Hockey Podcast, episode 33, coming to us straight from Long Island, New York. Tim McManus here with Greg Thompson. How's it going, GT?
Up, Tim? Nothing much. Just getting ready for the holidays over here at the house. Going for our Christmas tree tonight. Amy's getting the house all decorated. I gave her a strict time frame. She couldn't start working on the Christmas stuff till Thanksgiving was completely over and December hit.
All right.
People always jump. I mean, I get it. Especially nowadays with the virus. I think the Christmas spirit is what everyone needs, the holiday spirit. But I think we should sit back and enjoy Thanksgiving, the fall until December's here. That's what I think. So just getting everything situated over here. What's going on with you? Everyone needs.
Yeah, no. Same, we got our Christmas tree up on Thanksgiving Day. I guess that was the day, we have a fake tree now. For years we did the whole real tree, went with the kids. We had a nice little thing going. I think you came with us one year, pick out a tree. But then the one year, we always have a big Christmas Eve party at our house. My uncle, unknown to us, had bumped into the Christmas tree, knocked it off a little bit. The water spilt everywhere under the tree, and then it kind of warped my floors or whatever. So after that, my wife's like, you know what? Enough of this tree. I'm the only one that waters it anyway. I'm the only one that takes care of it. So we're getting a fake one. So we got a fake one that year. We bought it after Christmas, so it was cheaper on sale or whatever, and we keep it up in the attic, and it's great. It looks real. The kids decorated and everything on Thanksgiving with my wife. I kind of stay away from that. And, I wanted to put a hockey helmet on top. Of course, K-Mac shot that down real quick. Yeah. So, and I still got to do the decorations outside. I'm just delaying on that. So kids are all over me about getting that done. So I got to get that done.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I like that little hoodie you got going on.
Representing the boys today.
Yeah. Ivy in the group.
Yeah, New Jersey, DSC Levada Devils. I figure, we're doing a Levada giveaway today on Levada Addictions on our wheel contest. Still some spots open. Guys want to get in there, $5. Chance to win a set of $120 Levada Addictions. But yeah, DSC Levada Devils team, Scott Ives, Kurt Rieger, our boys in Jersey, big supporters of State Wars. So getting dressed today. I saw it in the closet. I'm like, I'm going to rock this today for the show.
Yeah, I have one as well. I wear it all the time. I think I even took a selfie with it on a couple weeks back and sent it over to Scotty, So
last week by accident,
tickle my throat.
I know last week by accident we wore the same mission shirt unbeknownst to each other. It'd been weird if you would have had this on today. We turned that. You imagine that? Would
have been classic. Yeah, I mean, listen, we love the swag, so if teams, we represent. We don't discriminate or favor certain teams. If you want to send us something, we'll wear it. Support the clubs that played State Wars.
Yeah, anyone wants to send us something here, we're always willing to wear support your team out here on the State Wars Hockey Podcast. Speaking of buddies of ours, Mike Tillotson from St. Louis said, "What's up, fellas from St. Louis?"
Billy. What's up, buddy?
Billy? I think he just got engaged the other day or something I saw.
Yeah, congrats.
Congrats.
Awesome.
You dumb bastard, but no. Congratulations, Mike. Happy for you out there. But yeah, just want to shout out to, Greg. It's funny. It's been so long since we started this podcast. The main reason we started this podcast was when this pandemic started. We knew people just needed something out there to tune in. People were home and whatnot, way back in March, and we started this. And it's crazy to think here in December, we're still involved in this quarantine and whatnot. So I want to get back to really talking for a minute about just that and why we started this, Glass Half Full Productions, all about thinking positive and whatnot. So, everyone at home, I know it's still frustrating, but we're going to get through this. I know people haven't, had a great year and some people out of work and whatnot, but keep the faith. I believe that, we're going to get through this very soon. And I know it stinks for everybody, but, let's make the best of it. I'm trying to look at this winter now, knowing that this winter will probably be, a little bit more locked down with everyone. And for me in New York, I guess if we got to be locked down, this is the time of year to be locked down. Not much going on outside, but, try to take advantage of this time a little bit. I know it's cliche a little bit, but, maybe read a book that you've always wanted to read. You never have time to read that book, watch a show that you've been dying to catch up on, or, maybe get yourself in better shape. You know, I've been trying to ride the Peloton bike. You see it in Greg's background there. I don't know if that's a screen saver at background or an actual bike. Greg hasn't been on it yet, but you know, get on that bike, do some push-ups, work out, whatever you got to do. Like, get yourself in better shape. There's really no reason. No one has any excuse if you're in quarantine and locked down this winter not to come out this spring in better shape than when you went into quarantine, because you got more time on your hands than ever. And to be honest, pretty soon before we know it, the rat race is going to start again, and you'll be too busy for anything in your life, and you'll be wishing you had some time off or some more time with your kids or whatever, or your wife, your husband. So let's take advantage of that time. Let's be positive. We're going to get through it. And, you know, I think good things are on the horizon this spring, Greg.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm just hoping by, you know, February-ish, you know, from what I'm hearing, things will be back to normal-ish.
I hope so.
Just like, yeah. So hopefully everyone just kind of, you know, does a smart thing this winter and stay safe and social distance, and we'll get through it and hopefully get past the second round. And, you know, with the vaccines and stuff coming pretty shortly, I think I see some light at the end of the tunnel. So
yeah, I think we're gonna have a huge state wars this summer in St. Peters, Missouri, Greg.
Yeah.
You know, we're already hearing, believe it or not, from international teams dying to come out here. So, you know, we're gonna have more teams than ever this summer. So I'm definitely really excited about that. And you know, so we'll look forward to seeing everyone pretty soon. You know, St. Peters, Missouri, St. Peters Recplex, Greg. It's always a huge, big
Love
event for us. And
Yeah.
just yesterday, I actually got our contract in the mail officially to sign some stuff with them. And it just got me so excited again. And I went back and looked at, you know, selfishly for me, I wanted to see back all the years we've been going there, how much more they charge us for going there than they did in the beginning. But I was looking back at the contract. 2012 was our first year there. And I think it's our fourth time going there now this year coming up. And I remember when we first went there, Greg, I remember you taking me in there. We walked through it and we're like, wow, this place is awesome. Because Greg had checked it out once when he was back in Missouri before I even got to see it. And he was like, you got to come out here. And it's such a great facility, such a great area. Lindenwood University, where Greg went to college, which is known big in the roller hockey world. And one of the players we'll be talking about today in this game, who has a great game, Nick Delamorte, Lindenwood player currently, Greg.
Yeah.
Such a great school. Ron Bielson and his crew do a great job there. And that's pretty close to the school. I know every year they have, when we're there, they have tours, right, Greg, to go check out the school?
Yeah, I know John Hilke does a great job with that. He's a coach slash, I'm not sure what his, you know, exact title is at the school, but, you know, he actually works at the school as well. He's a all-time Lindenwood player. But yeah, he sets up a table and sets up tours. And I know over the years, there's been quite a few kids from State Wars that, you know, at least go on the tours. I'm not sure if a lot of them end up at the school. You know, a lot of them do, but at least, you know, check it out. It's a beautiful campus, beautiful area. It's a no-brainer, you know, especially if you're thinking about college and you want to play some roller hockey. Check it out. It's unbelievable campus. Yeah, shout out to
the difference, Greg. Not to cut you off. You definitely see the difference of guys that go and play college roller hockey.
Yeah.
I remember when Greg was there, guys, you know, especially in Lindenwood, you know, they practice a ton. I saw it, and I see it in Delamorte now. He was always a good player, but now I see that his game is expanding, and we'll talk about him today. From just, you're at a good school, you have good coaching, you're playing with good players, you're on your skates, you know, 5 days a week or whatever you are. And I'm sure you'll talk about it, Greg, that when you were at Lindenwood playing in those days, you were playing your best, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was on the rink almost every day, you know, and our, you know, back then, you know, our games weren't really too competitive. We'd have like a couple each year. You know, our team was pretty good back then, but our practices were pretty intense. I mean, a lot on the line, you know, guys would actually like drop the gloves during practice. You know, it happened quite a few times each year. So they just got so intense. But yeah, I mean, anytime you could skate every day at a high pace with excellent players, you're only going to get better. So
100%.
yeah, I definitely miss those days. Miss living out in St. Louis and missing all the roller hockey, honestly.
You know what I miss about St. Louis, Greg?
Lion's choice.
Lions Choice.
Lion's choice.
Well, this summer, if you haven't been to Lions Choice, I think we bring it up every year. We talk about St. Peter's, but you got to check out the roast beef sandwich. Only place you'll get a 35-cent ice cream cone in the country, I'm sure.
Yeah, if it's even that much.
Yeah, maybe they'll raise the prices now with all the COVID stuff, but Lion's Choice is my spot in St. Louis. We always go right there. You know, Dexter that works for us. As soon as we land, we're going to Lion's Choice right away. So Joe Simpson, our buddies, chiming in here, wants to know when he's going to get a chance to come ref at the big show. Definitely, Joe. We'll talk about it more. I know you had, you know, we're trying to get you through these 600 games locally first, and then we'll talk about the big dance. But you know, Joe Simpson, one of my favorite refs locally here, a big part of Winter Wars and our fall invitational.
Yeah, also, you know, obviously Sims does a great job. He's always there for us, you know, works as many games as we need him. And yeah, he's a workhorse. But
I thought we were going to have to amputate his finger at Not So Winter Wars event, Greg, and he stuck it through. You know, we have some guys we know that, you know, they get a little bit of a hangnail. They can't work. Joe Simpson got hit in the finger or the hand with on a face-off or whatnot, and he stuck it out. I mean, he came up to me, showing me how swollen his hand was, and I thought, oh, God, this guy, he's going to ask about RHA insurance. He's going to be taking the day off, and he just wanted to let me know that, hey, are you okay with me not taking face-offs, dropping the puck that one of the other refs going to have to drop him? And I was like, Joe, I don't care what you do, just get on the rink, you know? So big shout out to Joe, who's a big part of our events.
Yeah, he's a horse. I see Mike Tillotson wrote she's becoming a Hickey fan. I mean, Mike, I hope not. Oh, man. So, you know,
I don't want to with a bunch of hickeys on his neck at State Wars this summer. I think he meant to say hockey there.
Yeah, I would assume so. But no, all kidding aside, I know, you know, the holidays are coming up and a lot of people are doing their Christmas shopping. Right now we're offering a limited edition t-shirt. You can go on our website, statewarshockey.com, check out our apparel section and click on the shirt. You know, once you guys order it, we'll ship it out once we get our shirts in. Yeah, it's a great stocking stuffer, a Christmas gift, or whatever. So check them out.
December 11th, Greg. December 11th, it's off, and you'll never see the shirt again. It's only through December 11th, and then we'll put the big order in for all the shirts ordered.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, anyone that wants to jump in here on the shirt, is it summer yet? It's kind of our playoff, the COVID thing going on. Everyone wants to get to State Wars, get through this crap and get to the summertime. But this is our way of, you know, originally we had a COVID-ish shirt made, and I don't want to deal with certain people with certain beliefs, like jumping all over us for, you know, talking about COVID or whatnot in there. So we decided to go this route with it. But hopefully, yeah, support this shirt. Want to see you rocking the shirt around the rinks this year. And like I said, December 11th, it's cut off, and you won't be able to get it anywhere. Won't be selling it at the event this year. It's just a one-time order for the holiday season here.
Yeah, get yours today. They're pretty sharp looking. Also want to bring up, you know, it's been a big talk around social media, but have you watched, I know you have, but everyone out there, have you watched the Undoing yet on HBO Max? Yeah. You know, honestly, there's been so many different shows, series that are like this. You know, it kept me interested in, you know, first couple episodes, and then I had to finish it off. Didn't like the ending too much.
And don't give it away for people at home.
No, I'm not. But
how many times can you tell the same story, Greg? Right? I mean, that's, to me, how many times is it someone dies and who did it? And I didn't think, I'm not going to ruin it for anyone, but I didn't think this thing had anything special. It just shows you how people are just starving for something new to watch because of, you know, with the pandemic, new shows weren't being produced and movies or whatever. So it's stuff that's been sitting there to come out. I talked about The Kingdom last week. The Kingdom is The Godfather compared to this, as far as quality goes. To me, the craziest part of this show to me was how someone didn't cut Donald Sutherland's eyebrows in watching the thing. I mean, his eyebrows, it was like he was a judge from 1785 that were like this long out, the hairs. I couldn't stop looking at that. That and Nicole Kidman, the work she had done on her mouth was kind of bugging me out. So those things gave me more nightmares than the show. So I wasn't a huge fan of it. I mean, I watched it all like you. You get started, you got to finish it.
Yeah, and it wasn't a long series. It was six episodes. So
yeah,
banged it out in a day, a night.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed with it.
Yeah, it was.
I went back. I've been watching Entourage again, Greg. So that's what's been keeping me at night watching that. Yeah, I just laughed my ass off all day long watching that show.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays with that show, I think they'd get some heat.
Oh boy.
Right?
Ari's character would have been stricken from the show really quick
Yeah.
in the 2020 soft world we live in today, for sure.
Oh yeah. Such a good. So I got to go back and watch too now. It's just so many good lines, so many good episodes, so many good characters. I mean, love it.
Between Ari and Johnny Drama, I could listen to those two guys all day long.
Yeah.
But, getting back to about the pandemic here, I just want to, again, big part of what I want to mention was there's a shout out and thank you still to all our, healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, our frontline workers, the police officers, the firemen, EMTs, whatever, and our teachers. I know your girl's a teacher, my wife's a teacher. We don't give them credit too much, but during all this, I mean, teachers have had a lot of tough go here. So big shout out to the teachers it just shows you how vital certain jobs are, where jobs like LeBron James, so to speak, the NFL guys is not that important, but teachers and doctors and policemen and whatnot, how vital their jobs are.
Yeah. And, teachers, like you see, I mean, their job is even harder now, dealing with the at-home learning and, some days they're in school, some days they're out. It's chaotic, and I feel like every day here on Long Island, the school's closing for a couple days. And like, I know you got a call last night, late night, right?
Yeah, I'm sitting on the couch last night. I'm watching Entourage. Everyone's asleep. It's my quiet time, Greg. Everyone's in bed. I could sit downstairs, and just watch my shows. I feel like my grandmother's always say that. I'm gonna go watch my shows.
Yeah, yeah.
But so I go watch my shows at night, and the phone rings like 11 o'clock at night. And you start getting older. Your phone rings 11 o'clock. You think someone's dead. Your heart stops for a second.
Especially your house phone.
That's what I mean. The house phone calls the house.
Yeah.
Text me if you need me. So the house phone rings and I answer. It's a stupid school thing. And then they email. They called twice last night, 11, 11:15, and 6 a.m. this morning to say that someone tested positive in the high school sometime yesterday evening. So they're shutting the school down for today so they could contract trace. So my oldest, who's in 9th grade, she stayed home today. She's home now, remote learning. And then now she already got an email that tomorrow they're back to school. It's funny.
Wow.
I don't know if anyone else out there, if their schools are like this, but we've gotten 25 different emails this year in all my kids' schools that someone's had it. And every single time it's, well, after some research, they weren't near anybody. So we're okay. It's just so ridiculous because how do they know who's near who? And how is somebody never near anybody else? But
yeah, exactly.
I just want them in school. So I don't really care at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I just want some normalcy. Be nice.
My wife in school and I want my kids in school.
Yeah. I hear you there. So what's up with the wheel today?
Yeah, so later on today, I think we said around 3 o'clock today, we're going to do our winner. So we have some spots open still. We have a wheel contest. It's only $5 to win a set of Lebeda Addiction wheels, which was always one of my favorite Lebeda wheels. I looked on Hockey Monkey last night. They sold for $120 a set plus tax and whatnot. So $5, only 50 spots on the wheel. Chance to win a set of Lebeda Addictions. We'll spin the wheel today. GT, Vanna White, Thompson will spin the wheel later on, and we will find out who wins. But if you're interested, just chime in here. You can Venmo, send an email, text, whatever on the message board here. Let us know. We could add you to the wheel. We got a few spots still left available on that if you want to get on. And yeah, Vinny Comito from New Jersey chimes in and says, Ari, best character. He made that show. 100% I agree with you. Like I said, Ari and Johnny Drama, they both make the show for me. And then, of course, there's one or two women on the show that weren't bad to look at either. I enjoyed on that show. But I digress.
Sloan. She's a great character.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
People don't know this, but Kevin Connolly actually grew up on Long Island, and
not by you, right?
Yeah, he actually lived in the town that I live in now.
He's Patchogue, right?
Yeah, Patchogue, and he went to high school here, and
he always wore Islander stuff on the show, if you remember, hat, shirt, so he's always a huge Islander guy.
Huge Islander fan. He's actually been on Spittin' Chicklets, and I think he's got his own little podcast going with some guys out west. And yeah, he's a huge hockey fan.
Yeah, no, shout out to Entourage though.
He actually owned a bar, in town as well a couple years back. And I was in there, I think it was during St. Patty's Day or something, and going to the bathroom, taking a piss. I look to the left, and Kevin Connolly's peeing right next to me. Pretty funny.
That's funny. See, I already would have made a better joke about that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, anyone who's over the age of 18 who has never watched Entourage, that's your job for the quarantine. Watch Entourage, and you will say thank you, Tim McManus and Greg Thompson.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best shows ever. Let's talk about this game today, Greg. And we got a great guest coming on later on, Nick Martini from the Tour Roadrunners. So this game was a semifinal at the PAMA Pro Invitational this summer. Last week we watched the Snipers lose to Mission Black Ice in a great game. Here we this game has now been coined the Battle of Tour, basically. The Tour Roadrunners and the Tour Mudcats. Two teams from like two different spectrums, Greg. You got the Tour Mudcats, who have been part of the pro division well before State Wars was even around, back in the old days of the original days of Narch Pro, which I think Narch Pro started in around 2000 or so, right?
99 at least.
Yeah. So that's Mudcats have been around since then. I think CJ was like 35 playing for the Mudcats back then. CJ was part of that team, still on that team, which is incredible. And we've talked about him a lot on this broadcast. And then you got, and they got a little younger this year. We'll talk about some of the younger players the Mudcats added this year, which has revitalized them. And then you got the Tour Roadrunners, who are on the younger end, who have been around, like I think George Brown or Trepty say during the broadcast, they're young, but they feel like they've been part of this forever. They've been playing forever in the league, and now they're kind of becoming more and more of a factor. And here they are both teams looking to get to their first PAMA Pro final. And at this point, they know the winner is going to play Mission Black Ice. So, a good setup for Tour here. And it's great for Tour, the company. I remember Chad Siebel talking to him there before his game, head coach of the Mudcats, who's the head guy at Tour Hockey. He basically said to me, like, listen, of course I want the Mudcats to win, but we can't lose now. There's going to be a Tour team in the final.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's just, we talk about this every episode. I mean, it's incredible to see a lot of the teams just get better and better each year. For a while, you could kind of see who, top 4 or 5 teams, but nowadays anyone can really take it. And I feel like a lot of teams are adding the right pieces instead of just adding a stud player. They're adding the right pieces. And a lot of these teams, like the Roadrunners, even the Mudcats, it seems like they're adding the right pieces to make fit for their team. And I feel like NBS is doing the same thing. I think a lot of these teams are finally making the right moves, and just goes to show, what the right moves will do in the long run. And like the Bennett brothers and for the Roadrunners, picking those guys up, that was pretty clutch. I mean,
100%.
Yeah, just some scary forwards that just add to the list on that team.
And arguably a bad move by George Brown. I mean, if he still had those guys and kind of let that happen, I know we talked about it with him. It was kind of one of those weird scenarios where originally they weren't going to be playing, and they were already committed to the Roadrunners, but I'm sure he could have pressured them to stay with him. I mean, those guys don't go to them and stay with him. We might be talking about a different game right now.
Sure.
So it's those guys really stepped it up, and it was great seeing the young pups, the Max Halverson, his dad just chimed in, boom. Big Ken, what's up, Kay? And, Nick Del Morte and Joey D, these guys, they're on the younger side, and they're becoming now players that you notice every shift all game long. And they're, top end guys now in this division, which a few years ago, they were like, eventually these guys are going to get there. They're dominating their youth divisions. They'll be getting pro, but now they're doing it, which is great to see. And then even the Mudcats, they added Ty Murchison, who might have been the youngest player in the entire division. He was a 2003 player out of California. They added the last couple of years, Ethan Frank. They added Ryan Galt. These are some young guys they have on that team. So they're getting younger as well, which is great to see. And speaking of the Mudcats, I think it's Brett Leggett's birthday today, Greg. I thought I remember seeing that earlier today. So big shout out to the GOAT from Team Canada and the Tour Mudcats, our buddy Brett Leggett, who was definitely missed this summer. I know they were trying to figure out ways to sneak him in a hockey bag to get him over the border to play. And Clay Taylor filled his skates very well, but still no one can replace Brett Leggett, as you know, Greg.
Yeah. Happy 50th, Brett. We miss you this summer, but hopefully we'll see you back at State Wars this upcoming summer in St. Peter's. Always nice seeing you, bud, and have a good birthday.
Absolutely.
Good birthday shout out for Legs.
No, and then want to mention real quick, Greg, before we got on to, I was talking to our buddy Matt Koleski. tour border cat, mission border cat. Sorry.
Honey buns.
Yeah. Sticky Buns Matt,
Sticky buns.
who started his own real estate business now. So I'm going to help him promote that a little bit for his business. I'm not sure what the business is called. Might be Sticky Buns Real Estate for all I know. But Matt Koleski, people home in Michigan that are looking for help moving and whatnot. Matt Koleski be a guy, one of the greatest guys in the sport. So I want to see him do well with that. And he did confirm, I know rumors were going around last week, but he did confirm that the Border Cats will be back in the pro division this summer. And that was music to my ears because they're one of the top teams in the country for sure when they're on.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of figured that. Just never know what guys are going to do. Maybe for tournaments that the Border Cats aren't playing, those guys will be playing on other teams. But those Border Cat guys are very close, and they got a good little thing going on over there. And I don't see them leaving Sticky Buns Koleski anytime soon. So.
No, the reason this came up, Greg, this was after our podcast. Last week we had KJ Tiffenworth on for Mission Black Ice. And, KJ's very tight-lipped sometimes, with secrets and whatnot. And which, shows his loyalty, which I respect. But he could have given us some big news here. He made a little comment about Tyler Kraft being a great GM. And he kind of inferred that was about the Florida Cup tournament they had that weekend. But I think he meant a bigger picture because soon after our podcast, it was all over social media, Kyle Novak announcing that he's playing with Black Ice next summer. And I guess his partner in crime and best bud, Jalen Krogman, who was a member of Team USA with me in Slovakia, great defenseman, that the two of them are going to be leaving, was Alkali, now Mars Blade, and will be playing with Mission Black Ice this summer. So that's a big change there. We'll see how, Black Ice has always been known for their chemistry and whatnot. So we'll see how that helps. I mean, obviously two good players, but Black Ice making some moves, on the sly there. And good to see teams looking to beef it up, knowing that next summer is going to be pretty tough in the PAMA Pro Division.
Yeah, I mean, I find that pretty funny. Kyle Novak wrote me probably, I'd say, 4 or 5 days before that, before the big news came out, asking if he could put his own team together.
He was a new team in Europe, supposedly, right?
Wizards, he said, with a lot of his old school guys. I don't know. So I guess that fell through. He told me they were going to run the show, run through teams and stuff like that. And then now all of a sudden he doesn't have a team. So, which is interesting. So, I think it's cool. It's kind of weird him leaving, his boys like that. I'm not really sure what went on, but found a pretty good home at Black Ice, and those guys are awesome guys. So hopefully Novak and Kogan can fit in well.
And the reason Matt comes in because the questions started coming about Cal and something with the Border Cats, and someone brought up Brian Kish playing with the Black Ice, and so we had reached out to Matt right away. Like, hey, what's going on with the Border Cats? And he's like, so Border Cats, they didn't come last year because Ryan Kish was getting married and his bachelor party, and our dates changed. He had worked around State Wars, and then we were on the same date, and he couldn't change it again. So that's why they weren't there. And obviously the whole team except for Cal was at that bachelor party. And that's why Cal jumped on with Black Ice.
Cal was too young to join in on the fun.
Yeah. So Cal MVP championship game, Greg. So obviously it was a big coming out party for him, and obviously a huge play for Aaron Weiss and Jay Muir to bring him on board. Smart move there. And they're hoping they'll have the same luck with Novak and Krogman coming over to join them. But, the Mars Blade team this year, I'm real excited about, Greg. I mean, Joe Cook, wait for him to give us, he's a guy too that is very quiet about things he does. So, but I'm sure he's going to have Archie back this year. He's going to have Bernie back this year. There'll be some of these guys back. And I expect that Mars Blade team, who knows? I've heard some rumors about some other players I'm not going to mention today. But if some of these things happen, I think Mars Blade is going to be a team to watch this summer, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, that whole core, that group, they're always in it to win it. They always have a good team. They can easily make any championship game, win any tournament they're in. A lot of experience. They've won a lot of championships together, and they have a lot of international experience as well. So it's all around good team. And, with Phil Maroon helping out as well with Joe, he brings a lot to the mix, a lot of passion. No matter who they lose, they're still going to be in it, and I'm sure they'll pick up some good players as well. So not too worried about them. They'll still be really good on the rink. So
absolutely. All right, so let's dive into this game here.
Let's do it.
Tour Mudcats and the Tour Roadrunners. Let me share my screen here. We'll see the two masked Avengers here. Chris Treft, who just started his own big business. I just saw Tidal Wave Sports, I believe. He's getting into the jersey business. Like everybody's in the jersey business these days, Greg.
Yeah, I know.
We wish our buddy Trefty good luck with that. And downtown Georgie Brown next to him there. And one of our big sponsors every year for the PAMA Pro Division this year especially is CarShield TV. So we're gonna hear from our boy Ice T and Pat Maroon here in a second.
If you're into throwing money away, hey, I guess do your thing. But if you're like me and millions of other people who don't want to get stuck with expensive repair bills, then call CarShield. I trust them with my car, and you should too.
Call the team I trust at CarShield. We'll never have to pay for cover repairs again. They've helped millions of drivers save on expensive car repairs, and CarShield covers most vehicles. I said most.
Sarah Beer with a little toot there, Greg.
Yep.
PAMA Golden Knights women's player. Sarah Beer driving the Zamboni there. All right, we're going to get started here in this game, and let's watch the opening faceoff.
An all-tour battle. Who will be the first tour team ever to play in the PAMA Pro Invitational Final? Will it be the Mudcats or will it be the Roadrunners? Veterans versus the youngsters. And the puck is down. Call the Roadrunners youngsters, but the guy with the puck, he is a youngster, 17 years old. He might be the youngest player in this game. And he's a force. Ty Murchison. Now Huntbrinker. Puck pops back the other way. Here comes Max Alverson.
So right off the bat there, Greg, I'll jump in right away. Huntbringer, who was first time playing here, had a great tournament. But here's an example here. He gets headman the puck here, and he doesn't have numbers. He doesn't have help. And instead of just taking the puck around the net or doing something with it, he just throws it back blindly and sends the Roadrunners the other way. And let's watch it here again. Back the other way, and then sends Max Alverson up here. And good D, they wind up concealing it, but you can't throw the puck blindly back in this game, Greg.
No, especially against the Roadrunners. They might be the quickest team in the division, and they got a lot of firepower up front. So, yeah, always got to be sure with those guys. They're always moving, they're always buzzing, and they can bury goals. So, got to keep your head on a swivel.
Now, right here along the boards here, Greg, now if I'm coming into this game, if I'm the coach of the Tour Mudcats, what I'm telling my guys is, hey, we can't skate like these guys. They're young, they're fast, they're skilled. We're bigger, we're stronger, we're more physical. We can intimidate these young guys. I don't care what anyone tells you. Even when there's no hitting involved, you can intimidate a younger guy. Travis Turnbull, Larry Atagogi can intimidate you. So board play is so important. And I'd want to keep the puck in the boards as much as possible and play that big man's game.
Yeah.
And here's an example of that right off the bat here along the boards. 2 on the puck here for the Mudcats. They keep battling. And who's going to come out with it here? Mudcats work it. They come out. And then watch what happens here.
Yeah, all that goes out of the window in the semifinals.
Here comes Turnbull to Yoder. Back to Turnbull. A one-time shot that goes off the wheel.
So right there, Greg, your boy CJ Yoder makes a great play right off the bat. So Travis, who's the shooter of the team, and CJ, he's unselfish as they get, gives it right back to him here. I love this little play right back. And then Travis, and they say the camera angle we didn't catch that hit the wheel of Keith Johnson. Now, Greg, we know how this game winds up going. You got to assume if they score right away there off that, this whole game might change.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, love the play by CJ. Knew it was coming a mile away. Makes that quick pass to Travis and right in his wheelhouse. He gets a nice shot on net. Quick release. I mean, it's all about the release, and Keith Johnson just denies him. And again, like you said, that first goal is always huge in a game. Sets the momentum, sets the pace, and scoring that goal against Keith Johnson could have maybe, deflated him a little bit. But huge save, he came up big, and we move on.
And I love what Huntbringer does here too, Greg. And perfect example of an ice guy. Watch him here. That's number 19 right here. Watch what he does when this play happens. Most roller guys, and I hate to use that term, would probably get in the way or hang back here.
Yep.
Watch what he does. He just goes hard to the net, and now he's going to draw a D with him right here. See, he picks that guy away and opens up for this shot. If Humpringer doesn't do that, Greg, that shot might not even get through in the first place because you're going to see a good D play. But what a great play by Humpringer. Just to go to the net and cause a little separation there for Turnbull so you get that shot.
Yeah, no, totally. Also great back check by Max Halverson. He actually almost had that puck, that pass back to Travis Turnbull. But good hustle all around.
Okay, up for Ricciardi. Back for Delamorte. He scored the game tying goal in their quarterfinal win to Max Halverson, who had the assist on that aforementioned play. Now in front of Delamorte, his shot is.
We're going to call these names a lot today, Greg, but here watch Max Halverson with Delamorte. And does it seem like the game slows down for Max Halverson, I feel, Greg? When he gets the puck, like he's not a guy that you don't watch the game and go, wow, that guy is so fast, or wow, that guy is so big and strong. Like he's just that guy. The game just slows down for him, and he's so shifty, and guys have to give him respect because they don't want to get walked by him. And it's almost like a Pavel Datsyuk to be like, he just slows the game down, and then he's so unselfish too. And watch this little play by Delamorte. He gets open, gives him a shot, and then, our buddy Lauren Barron just shows, hey, you know what? I remember how to play this game too, and use the stick perfectly and blocks his shots. Let's watch it through one more time. Great play all around there, Greg.
Yeah, awesome play. Like you said, Max is just, patient player, and, changes his speed so well. Lauren Barron, I mean, he was a big name years ago. I think a lot of people forgot about him. He's not living in California anymore, not playing as much hockey as he used to, but he's in awesome shape. I mean, behind maybe Travis Turnbull and Larry Atagoki, he's probably third on the list on the Mudcats as, in shape guys.
Yeah, pretty fit.
Yeah, he's a very fit guy. But yeah, he's still a beast on the back end, and he's got a rip from the point, just great defensively. And, any team would love to have him.
Here's watch this play here now.
Halverson, they've got scores on this team.
The winner plays for 20,000. The loser is done. Big slap shot from the far side by Galt.
So here, Greg, you had a really good defensive play by Galt on this breakout.
Yep.
Joey D, I think maybe could read that a little bit better, Greg, and realize that it's probably, is let someone come around the other way and go to the right side, or Joey just skated out a little bit. I think he's got to recognize here that there's traffic in this area. But he gives it there, and watch Galt with the poke check. And what I really love is here's Delamorte here in the middle of the screen right here. Right here, if people could see that. And a lot of young guys would just stay out of the play here. But if you watch him, he had his head on a swivel here, Delamorte, and he's looking back. And then he recognizes man's in trouble. And watch him here. He busts his butt and gets in here and takes Larry, where this could have been a 2-on-1. Instead, now it forces Galt to have to shoot it. And Galt just takes a high cannon high and wide. But good play by Delamorte, heads up to get back and help out there.
Yeah, good play all around defensively. Galt makes a great read there. Closes gap, pinches the forward there, steals the puck, and then Delamorte with an awesome little back check there. Good vision.
Galt skates to the outside, fires it back to big Larry Atagoki. A man amongst boys, literally here in this one. Atagoki, he's going to cut to the slot, tries to play it down low. It's Bach, pops up in the air. Atagoki tries to knock it in midair, rolls into the crease, and Keith Johnson gets a cover.
I like this individual effort by Larry here. You listen to Trefty, obviously from Georgia. He's a big Larry Atagoki fan. I think Trefty might have a Larry jersey on up there in the booth.
Definitely a poster.
He loves him. But this is what Larry can bring, right? He's strong. He's a little rusty, obviously. He hadn't been playing as much hockey because of his job with the New York Yankees. So this summer he had the time off to come back and play. And it's hard just to jump in at this level. And he did a good job, but he's still a little rusty here. But I love how he uses his size, his body. He's got good hands for a big guy, and he doesn't quit. And we'll just watch how he powers through here, Greg. Got to be tough to defend as a defenseman. Tries to make the pass, but then he follows with it. And good play by Keith Johnson, which is something we'll be saying a lot today.
Yeah, no, great effort by Larry there. Would have loved to see him shoot in the slot. You know, that's his shot. I'm surprised he didn't. Maybe there was a lane blocked where he couldn't get the shot off, but love to see him shoot the puck there. I feel like that's his spot. You know, that's where his hot spot, his money spot is. But it was a good look. Good look overall.
So many options because there's usually guys open with the 4-on-4 play. Cripps comes away with the puck, slides to the back door, a chance.
Another great chance there, Greg, by our old-time buddy and former State Wars employee, Andy Cripps here out of the corner. I love this pass by Andy, and Bovee just – it's so hard to one-time the puck off a sauce, Greg, and roller, the way it bounces a little bit. And Bovee, you know, not really known as a big shooter. They talk a lot in this broadcast how Turnbull always seems to get his one-tees off. But great little feed here by Cripps.
Yeah, awesome look. Little backhand sauce. Puck was rolling on Bovee, but he did get it on net, and good save by Keith Johnson.
Keep it rolling here, Greg, of our play you talked about earlier.
The save nonetheless.
And sometimes those are even more difficult for a goaltender when they don't get the whole thing on it, you know?
Yeah, no harm, no foul there with Joe DiMartino. You know, when the first guy was giving him a little pressure, kind of, you know, all over him there. If I'm him, I send it back. But he tried to go through another guy after he, you know, barely got away from the first guy. I know it's a lot. Guys are just kind of forcing him, you know, putting pressure on him while his head's down. But I feel like he's got to read that a little sooner, maybe send it back and regroup, because it's tough, you know, especially in this game, to go through 2-3 guys. You know, send it back, keep it simple, and you know, start again. But Roadrunners did get the puck back here.
Yeah, and I know Joey D's that special kind of player where he makes stuff happen, but as a coach, this is where I'd be frustrated with him here. You can see him here. He's the last guy back.
Yeah.
If he loses his puck, it's going to be a one-on-one with Keith. And, you know, sometimes when you have an amazing goalie, you take it for granted. You say, hey, I can take chances more. But, you know, Joey D does get up the rink with this puck. But even right here, I don't like that he's trying to beat a man up, his last man. And his partner needs to recognize the way Joey plays to me and be more defensive if he's going to be with him here. But, yeah, you watch it here. Joey keeps going up the boards, and he fights it. He's so tough for a little guy. But then, yeah, when there's more help comes here to help out on the Mudcats, he's got to play this puck back and be stronger on it. Instead, he just tries to do too much, which, again, I'm a huge Joey D fan. But if there's one knock on him, I think it could be sometimes he tries to do a little too much. And here's an example of that. I like to see Joey be a little smarter with the puck here.
Yep, I agree there.
All right, here. We're going to fast forward a little bit here. You know, talk about good defense a lot in this game. There's a lot of good defensive plays on both teams. But here, we talked about before how sneaky Max Halverson could be. Here's a good play by Cody Page defensively, just to stay with Max, which is not easy, and just force him to have to turn around.
Berger down the right wing, finds Halverson. Halverson over the dot, skates to the corner.
See, nothing fancy there, Greg, but I just like the way Cody just stays with him here, stride for stride, and just doesn't let him get to that. Makes Max pull back.
Yeah, stops on a dime, you know, stays with him, and you know, forces him out back to the defensive zone. But no, good overall play by Cody Page there.
And I like what Max did there too. You know, he didn't try to force it when he had nothing. He pulled it back, right, and then reset it to a teammate. We know smart play.
Yep, I always like a smart play.
Here's another big play by Larry Atagoki here. We talked about his decision making before. You thought he should have shot. Here's a play. Well, let's watch it play out first.
Call, drop pass back for Atagoki. Power move to the outside. Skates into the corner, looking for a play. Head up. The Atlanta native out with a wrist shot. That one goes over top the net.
See this play here, Greg? Larry makes a great play out of the corner. For a big man, he's pretty good on his feet. I like how he pulls up, and he's got Joey D on him, so that's a tough player to be matched up with defensively. But when he wheels back here, Larry, watch him up top here. Ty Murchison makes a great streak to the goal here, which, again, is that ice mentality, get to the net.
Oh.
And right here, he actually opens up where it would take a really amazing pass to get that through to Ty there. So I don't expect Larry to make that pass. But Larry needs to recognize this man going to the net here. And that's got to be a low, hard shot on goal. Ty would have an easy chance at a rebound. Instead, Larry sails it high and wide, and it just becomes a potential breakout the other way, but it hits the netting.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the defenseman got a stick on that puck, but yeah, I totally agree there. It's tough to make that pass, especially in roller hockey. Little sauce pass over a stick there maybe, but he's in pretty tight. Would like to seen a lower shot on net for sure, and Murchison go to that net like he did, and maybe he would have gotten a rebound out of it.
And you don't even have to shoot the score there, Greg. It could just be a slider wrist shot low on goal to make sure you get it through.
Yeah, like a low shot, right?
Yeah, just put it on net, knowing you got a guy going to the net. And I think that's a tough play that a lot of young players especially don't recognize. Men go into the net, let's get a puck on net, let's get that ugly, dirty goal, which frustrates teams. And I know we talk about face-offs a lot, Greg, all these podcasts, and we have one of the best in the business, Nick Martini, on today with us, who's going to talk about face-offs. But, we've talked all year long about this Roadrunner setup where they don't have a man necessarily all the way up top here. So here you got the Mudcats 3 across. Max Halverson is off the mark here. And I know he's just playing for the win, but they don't win the draw. It's kind of a 50-50 puck here off the draw. And Max just doesn't activate at all. He just stays there and stands still, where I'd like to see him be up further and get involved, because then the man wanted to get in the puck, who is his man. And, you could get control of that puck maybe by being up there a little further.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think it would have been tough for him to get that puck either way, but yeah, he's got to give him an option over there on the boards, just to help out, get in there for a draw, for the draw, thinking that, we might lose this one. You got to think defense first, especially in the defensive zone. So, yeah, I would like to see him move up a little more.
Absolutely. Let's watch this.
Going into the zone, drop pass for Galt. Galt all the way back in behind the Mudcats net. Now he moves up the left side. Feeds this one to Murchison. Murchison toe drag, goes to the front of the net. Backhand shot, he missed it wide. Beautiful play.
Great move there by Murch, Greg, and I think Jordan Mueller is looking for his jock on that one.
Yeah, it's a great play, huh? I mean, it's a confident play from a young player. Just trying to show that he belongs and show that he's got some skill in this division. But what a crafty little play there, in tight, nice little toe drag.
Yeah, you see a little toe there, a little toey.
Little toe drag action. Would have been a highlight reel goal, that's for sure, and a huge goal for the Tour Mudcats. But Keith Johnson eats it up.
See, Jordan Mueller here, he's the last guy back. He's in perfect position right here, Greg. Yeah. And he's got a back check help too.
Yeah.
Where Jordan gets himself in trouble is right here. His feet are opened up. He's going to lean in. He's got two hands on his stick here. This is a play here. I like to see him have one hand on his stick. Be able to have a hand free to play the body or whatnot. Yep. He leans in here and then just gets caught with a little toe and played no body whatsoever. You see Ty Murchison coming down on you, Greg. Just got to body him up. I mean, he's not a big guy, and Jordan Mueller has that size. And if he just plays the body a little bit more, that has his stick out, plays a little more defensively there, I think he could eat that play up. But a great move by Murch. And again, Keith Johnson, even though I think the puck got knocked wide, his positioning caused that play by Murchison not to score. Would have been a huge goal for the Mudcats.
Yeah, totally. And the back checker helped for sure as well. Just kind of force Murchison to make a play. Because he didn't really have full possession of the puck after he made that toe drag. I think a lot of that was due to the back checker.
Correct. And here we're going to see Max Halverson again here. You talked earlier about creating space for himself. Here's another example of 68.
Halverson over to the left wing. Shoots, and the save is made.
So, Greg, that's what I was just saying earlier with Larry. I don't think Max is shooting to score here. He sees a guy going to the net. And I love how here he slows up and now he goes lateral, opens up some space. I don't know if he was thinking maybe get a pick through with Del Morte here. But he knows DJ's backing in, Deer backing in here up top. And he just flicks one at the net, maybe taking a chance with Del Morte going to the net. So good smart play by Max Halverson, not trying to do too much.
Yeah, never a bad play. A lot of young players these days just look for the highlight reel goals, those high snipes, bar down, this and that. But a shot on net with some traffic, doesn't matter how hard it is, just has to find some eyes to the net. And that's a great read.
Missed it, so that's why. Here comes Shane Bennett down the right wing side. First shot, that one's blocked. It goes up into the netting.
I know you mentioned that play earlier, Greg.
Yeah, I love the play by Will Hines. I think it was Bennett. Yeah, Bennett here. He was just trying to wait him out, and Hines fought through a pick and stayed with his man and made a good play with a stick. So it's a great play by. I love to see the defensive plays.
Absolutely. As a D-man, I know you do. Defensemen don't get enough credit in this game.
No, not a doubt.
It's only when the goals go in you hear about the D usually. So
Yeah.
we know how that goes. So let's watch this play.
Now Huntbrinker. Skates down the far boards. Saw us pass the near side. Turnbull one-time shot, and Keith Johnson makes the save. That connect.
I want to play that through again, Tim. It was hard to see.
On the Missouri connection here, I think when Turnbull got Huntbrinker to come on this year, he told him before he came, "Hey, I'm going to get you on this Mudcat team. One condition: get me the puck." And Huntbrinker did it very well. And here's a nice little backhand sauce. And Travis just takes that 1-T in. Great positioning by Keith Johnson once again. He's just waiting for it.
Yeah, one of the best passes you'll see actually in the whole tournament, I think. That's a tricky pass. I know Cripps made one earlier, but that one seemed to lay pretty smooth down for Travis Turnbull, and that's right in his wheelhouse. And don't want him shooting from that side. That's for damn sure. He's got a bomb.
That's one thing about this beautiful still mat floor, Greg. The puck seems to land pretty nicely on it. And next year when we're using the still mat puck in the PAMA Pro division, I expect it to even land even better for those tees. I know Travis Turnbull is going to love shooting that still mat puck.
Yeah, it's definitely more of like an ice feel, and it's what he's used to. So it's definitely don't want to be a defenseman or a goalie get in front of that shot from Travis Turnbull.
Speaking of Turnbull here,
Huntbrinker skates around the back of the net. Martino gets ran into by Turnbull. They try to center it. That one was blocked.
So let's dissect this play here a little bit. I don't know, Greg. I'm not a referee, but in a no checking tournament, I got to think this is a minute and a half in the box here for Travis Turnbull here. Take a nice little shot at Joey D, no?
Yeah, I mean, again, let's play it out a little bit. Yeah, keep her going. Yeah. Well, it's funny. Yeah, there's actually a trailer coming in late, which would have been a nice pass. I know there was a defenseman on him pretty hard, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure that was a penalty. Again, Joey D put himself in a bad spot, trying to make a toe drag, flat-footed. And when the train's coming, get off the tracks. Travis Turnbull's a big boy.
And again, we've talked about this before, big player hitting small player. Roll hockey is such a tough game. And especially, the Roadrunners, I'm not going to say they dive, but they definitely flop a little bit when they get banged a little bit and they go flying a little bit. Max does it a little bit. Joey D, Del Morte, they're smaller guys, so they're lighter and they go flying a little bit. So it's hard to tell sometimes. I mean, that one looked like Travis definitely gave a little shot. But the referee, Steve Renault, was right there. But his 88, Jordan Mueller, I think here, he makes a really good defensive play originally right here, going down here to block it. But then Travis just tries to do a little too much. He's got his boy Huntbrinker. He's trying to return the favor. And good play there by, I think it's Jake Corso getting back number 3 to steal that play.
Yeah, no, it was a great play by Jake Corso. And, good look by Travis Turnbull. I would have liked to see him wait that extra second and hit that trailer.
I'm sure so would have Chad Siebel on the bench there.
On your team, it's harder to call penalties against him, right? Delamorte in with a wrist shot, blocker stop by Clay Taylor.
Speaking of getting away with penalties, I think we got a couple coming up here in a row. Let's watch it.
TJ Yoder racing for that puck. Nearly got there. Now Will Hines moves it up the boards. Big collision in front of the Roadrunners bench.
So, okay, isn't it funny? Don't you feel sometimes in a game like there's one not call and then all of a sudden there's a bunch in a row of like plays you're like, not that it gets out of control, but the game just changes that way, right? And here's an example of that. So that play just went with Travis in the corner. So watch this play through here. You can see with the puck here, Delamorte, again, I'm more of a prison rule kind of guy, so I'd rather not call anything. But in today's game, I think even in the NHL, this is a hook. He got the stick up across his body and his arms here. So
Mhm.
Del Morte gets a stick in here. It's probably a hook. And then you watch Galt just come in. Del Morte's head's down here, and he just comes in and just takes him out. So to me, I think both those could have been called there. But, they let them both go, so it's kind of even here. But here's the funniest part of this whole play for me here. I didn't catch this till early. We were reviewing the game, you and I. But the puck goes to Joey D here. And I got to ask Keith Johnson what he was thinking here, because it almost looks like Joey D got confused. It was going on a breakaway on Keith Johnson. And all of a sudden he passed it away. So yeah, trying to see if Keith Johnson sets himself to make a save here. Let's watch it through here. It's kind of funny. For a second, it looked like he was going in on a goal there. So luckily for Keith Johnson and the Roadrunners, Joey didn't shoot that puck on him.
Yeah, right. I mean, it definitely looks like he was gonna just rip one by him. So for that split second, I think Keith kind of thought so too. He got set like there was a man coming in on a breakaway. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if Galt was just coming in with a full head of steam just to help out in the play and just kind of took Del Morte out, or what the deal was there. It was kind of hard to see. But yeah, I mean, that's probably an interference call at least. But we're not ringside right there, and it's kind of hard to see from the angle we're on.
Well, full disclaimer here, Greg and I are ultimate Thursday morning quarterbacks right here, right now. So every play of this game we're dissecting as players, coaches, and it's so much easier sitting here right now for everybody involved. But that's just kind of the beauty of being able to do this, right?
Yeah.
We're playing God after the fact.
We're probably right 20% of the time, but it's all in good fun. People might not like what we have to say, but it's entertaining for us. And, it seems like we're getting some views, and a lot of people are chiming in, sending us texts and tweets and all that good stuff. So, but
If you
yeah.
don't like it, if you don't like it, don't watch it. That's how I always say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny, speaking of shooting on your own goalie, Greg, I remember being a kid playing Barrett Park, Valley Stream in a league, and they had a mercy rule. I don't even know what the rule was back then. But I remember next goal, we would mercy the team, and one of the guys on my team, all of a sudden, it might have been Weisselbaumer, and knowing Weisselbaumer doesn't probably shock you to hear this.
Yeah.
He just spun around and just ripped one in the net on our own goalie. And then the referee wanted to give him a penalty for it. That was always a fun conversation in the locker room after the game with your goalie when you shoot one on your own net.
Yeah, I've been in a game like that as well, where a guy's done that. I think it was AJ Oliveri just ripped one past Sean Hanley back in the day. I think it was like 7-0. Yeah, I just didn't want to end the game, so he just ripped one by him, and I think he got a penalty as well. So.
Yeah.
Adagoki ran into by DiMartino. DiMartino goes down, but he makes the play. Now a chance here, 2-on-1. Blake Bennett around, goes to the back door, shoot, they score! Della Morte.
Telling you, one chance for the Roadrunners. That's all they need to finish.
I'm going to rewind this play a little bit before that goal, what happened originally. It's a good play all around here. It started out here. A good defensive play by Larry first. Let's watch it.
Bennett grabs the puck, heads up the floor for a shot blocked by Adagoki.
So Larry with a big block there, Greg, right?
Yeah.
Now it's off to the races. We basically have 3 Roadrunners caught here.
He grabs the puck and heads the other way. 1-on-1 with DiMartino. TJ Yoder's joining the rush, making it a 2-on-1. Adagoki.
And then a great play by Joey D there. I think Larry almost nonchalant to this, thinking he's just going to be able to use his body. Joey's going to back off and cut it and shoot. And Joey D says, I don't think so, Larry.
Yeah, plus I'm sure he's hearing from the bench, 2-on-1, which it was. But again, like we discussed earlier, Roadrunners are probably the fastest team in the division. So, they were on their horse, and they got back and cut that lane down to CJ.
Well, look, you got CJ Yoder on the far board. So you're thinking here he's going to break ahead here. But, again, CJ Yoder is almost 45 years old, and the Roadrunners go hard. So here I'm thinking maybe he's open. But if you watch the frame here, you could see that he's not. So Larry had to be forced to try to make a play. Joey D, great play. But here's the big part of the play. So Larry hustles his butt off to get back, which is great. But here's a mistake a lot of guys make, Greg. So Larry here, you can see Larry up top. Is it Mueller 88? Is that who that is, Greg? Is Mueller 88? So Mueller has the puck here, and he's covered. You know, this man right here, I don't know who this is for the Mudcats. It's Lauren Barron, maybe.
Yeah.
So he's got him. And again, it's Lauren Barron. You know, Larry, you don't need to help him, right? So play this puck through. Larry comes over to help out Lauren. And then what's going to happen here is late man Blake Bennett's going to come in, and Jordan Mueller makes a great play. Just finds him through the seam. Larry does that big turn, and now it's a 2-on-1 suddenly, where had Larry just fallen off and picked up his man coming in late, this play's over. But instead, great play by Jordan Mueller. Bennett slices through, and here now Galt, he takes a chance here too, Greg. It's all or nothing play by Galt. He charges at it, and it's all or nothing. And Bennett makes a great play, pulls it around them, and then Del Morte basically has an empty net goal there. And you can see the cool celly by Del Morte there, and the boys are off.
Yeah, Larry definitely overdid on the back check there. You know, it's always nice getting back to help, but at some point you got to kind of peel off and watch a trailer. And, you know, someone maybe should have called him off, maybe from the bench, because the bench is right there. Just, you know, watch the trailer coming in, or even Lauren maybe could have said something to him. But Larry should have realized that before, and he overdid it, and they paid. You know, great little pass by Mueller and phenomenal pass by Blake Bennett there to Del Morte for a backdoor goal. So that was a pretty one.
And even Del Morte, this is not always the easiest play to score across your body.
No.
And I know I talk to the kids that I coach in ice hockey all the time. So any of the young guys out there, especially, you know, when this puck's coming across your body like this, that bottom hand here for Del Morte, so that's his left hand here, Greg. Yep. You got to be strong on your stick on your bottom hand. Because if you're not, that puck winds up in the corner. How many times have you seen players have this opportunity and they shoot the puck just wide? So Del Morte, strong bottom hand here, steers it right in the back of the net, and Clay Taylor's got no chance. Great feed by Blake Bennett, who I am a huge fan of these days. Great goal there. So 1-0 there, Roadrunners, and we knew the first goal would be big in this game, as it normally is. And then we're going to fast forward here to a good play. I like this play here coming up, Greg, by, you know, a lot we talk about Jake Corso on the Roadrunners, but I like this play here by Luke Corso.
So much smaller than most of the Mudcats. Some of these collisions will look worse than they are, right?
They will.
Just a small guy running into a big guy, not winning the battle. Luke Corso, wrist shot. Clay Taylor makes the save. It's loose in front. The rebound.
That's not a good rebound from Clay Taylor, though.
What do you think about that, Greg? Following your shot in here.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I mean, you know, again, it doesn't have to be the hardest shot, especially in roller hockey. You don't know where the puck's going to bounce, or, you know, off a pad or whatever. But it's great play by Corso to follow that up and use his speed to get to the net for that rebound.
What I really like about it, Greg, is, you know, Luke Corso knows his role here. I mean, he's not Joey D. He's not Max Halverson. He's not Blake Bennett. You know, he's that middle of the run guy on that team. He's not as skilled as those guys. So use what you're good at. You know, he's tough on the puck. He's got a good knack for the net.
Smart,
so
yeah.
He throws it at the net and goes and gets it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what most guys need to be doing more of. And I love the fact that he doesn't try to dangle guys here. A lot of guys would come in here, Greg, and try to walk this guy and get nothing of it. Instead, he throws it on net, goes to the net, and gets another chance. And Clay Taylor makes a great save after giving up a little bit of a tough rebound there. But again, look at that rebound Clay Taylor gave. That's why I say all the time, guys, throw the puck on net, shoot it low, get it to the net. Rebounds.
I was going to touch on that too. I'm sure Clay is pretty disappointed in that rebound that he gave up on that shot. You know, it wasn't the hardest shot. I'm sure he's just shaking his head like, oh man, that was a terrible play by me, because I should have eaten that up and gotten a whistle. But again, no goal there, no harm, no foul.
Now over for Turnbull. Turnbull to Skylar Hoare. Cuts to the front of the net. Shoots. It's blocked. They're jamming at the rebound. Huntbrinker sends it wide. Now Turnbull throws it through the middle. Nobody home there for the Mudcats.
So nothing fancy there, Greg, but just, again, Keith Johnson just in position and frustrating the Mudcats at every turn.
Yeah, he was on fire. He was lights out.
As the half's winding down here, we're going to see Ethan Frank from Nebraska, name we haven't called most of this game here. He gets tripped for a penalty here, and they get their first power play. Let's check it out.
Bovey. Just one to the right side. Here comes Frank. Frank, nice move. He's tripped up. Power play coming to the Roadrunners.
That's just a tough one, because he cuts to the cut to the inside. Halverson, how many trips are ever intentional? But
Yeah.
how
So just tough play from Max. Tries to make a little poke there. Ethan makes a good cut there, and it just happens. Penalty. And Mudcats have a huge chance, Greg. 2:14 left in the half, down 1-0. They get a power play. You don't want to say you like to think of power plays are always you need this one, but semifinal game, the way this half has gone, I'm thinking you need a goal here.
Yeah, I mean, them tying the game up going to the second period would have been huge here. You know, especially with their power play. Their power play was pretty hot all weekend in Indiana, and you know, they have a deadly point and some guys down low who are pretty damn good as well. So let's play it out a little bit.
Yeah, it's harsh to kill here by the Roadrunners.
there's been a couple intentional ones that are played off as accidental. You know what I mean?
We talked about big power plays were going to be for the Mudcats. It's their bread and butter.
You know where Turnbull's going. You know where Yoder's going.
Right in Ovechkin's office for Turnbull. One-time shot, Johnson the save.
Took that right away.
I mean, it's so hard to one-time a roller puck in general.
I mean, Greg, I like Delamorte on faceoffs, but I still we'll bring it on, not because he's on the show today, but I want to see Minerva taking that faceoff.
Martini.
I'm sorry, Minerva. Why do I keep saying Minerva all day long today? Martini on the faceoff there. That's his bread and butter. That's what he's getting paid for. Big faceoffs. I like to see him take that, win it, and get off the rink after they get control of the puck, shoot the puck down, whatever they got to do. But I like to see him on there because it's a big win for the Mudcats winning that draw.
Yeah, seriously, especially, you know, a power play is only a minute and a half. So, you know, winning the draw, getting the puck down, that wastes, you know, 20 seconds there.
Tips and rebounds. So let's see what happens here.
Take it away from Turnbull. Barron turns and fires. That one misses wide.
And Keith Johnson trying to find the puck because he's got to look past CJ Yoder.
Lauren Barron comes away with it. Oh, he's given a lane, plays it in front for Yoder. That one just missed. CJ Yoder to the point for Travis Turnbull. Now to Lauren Barron. Humprinker to Lauren Barron. They're watching Turnbull. They let Barron walk right in. His shot hit traffic in front, poked out to the point. 23 seconds left in the power play.
Doing a great job locked up on CJ Yoder.
Big height disadvantage and experience. Lauren Barron. Wrist shot's blocked, comes back to him, gives it to Turnbull. They're just
chasing
giving Barron,
Turnbull way up top.
they're giving Barron lanes here.
Right.
Humprinker tries to go to the back door for Yoder. It's blocked. And
Got to be honest, Greg, I'm not a fan of this Mudcat power play. I think it's so easy to defend here. I like the idea of CJ Yoder being in front because he's good at tipping and whatnot. But when you watch it with this setup, there's never an
Back
opportunity to
door,
pass
gives it to
that
Turnbull.
puck to the other side of the rink here ever. And I think it's just a little bit too much. I think CJ needs to, I like to see him out on that dot more and then get there at times and move around a little bit. But that set play where he's in the front of the net the entire power play, I thought the Roadrunners did a great job here defending it. And look, Nick Delamorte is covering two guys here. And I think it winds up being an easy power play to defend. And I think the Mudcats are just making terrible decisions with the puck. And this wasn't a power play that Keith Johnson even had to come up that big.
Yeah, Mudcats didn't really adjust well to this one because Delamorte was really in the passing lane to Travis Turnbull because, you know, obviously they did their homework and they know he likes to shoot the puck. So, you know, being in his lane, trying to take him out of the play, they didn't really adjust to that that PK by the Roadrunners, and Roadrunners did a great job with that.
So, Greg, you know, we're down a half here now. If you're VO, halftime there, we don't go back to the locker room here, but you're on the bench here with your guys. It's 1-0, you guys at the half. Are you feeling pretty good? What are you thinking if you're Coach VO right now?
Yeah, especially after a kill. You know, is the kill over going into the second? I think.
Yeah, I think it was 2:14 it happened, so yes.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, great momentum there, you know, scoring a goal, killing a penalty. And, you know, I definitely think they have to clean it up a bit because the Mudcats are getting some chances and Keith's standing on his head. But overall, I think a little more puck control. And, yeah, I mean, I think they're looking good.
What about Chad Siebel? If you're Chad Siebel, Ken Murchison on the other bench for the Mudcats, what are you telling your boys?
Don't change a thing. Keep shooting the puck, get shots through, go to the net, and good things will happen. You know, just score one on Keith Johnson, and hopefully the rest will just keep coming.
So Greg, as a player, when you're playing against a hot goalie, and and we're going to talk about Keith more this second half about how dominant he was down the stretch here. When you're playing a tough goalie like that, we've seen it before, even with our sniper team. A lot of times, the goal scorers, they try to do too much. Then they press. They're missing the net. They're shooting from everywhere. They're hitting into shingle. They're getting more and more frustrated, and then it makes it harder to score as opposed to just keep it more simple. So what would your suggestion be to a team that's facing a tough goalie like this who's hot right now?
Yeah, I mean, the game's only 1-0, right? So just be patient. Don't have to force stuff. If there's numbers, go, but just be patient with the puck and don't force shots and make stupid plays because it's a long period. It's only 1-0, and just chip away at it.
Yeah, like you said, it's just one goal. And I'd like to see more low shots at the goal. I always ask the same question all the time to a young team. If you play goalie, what do you think the easiest save would be? And the answer always is the glove save. So make him move his feet a little bit, make him have to make those tough saves and get to the net. Let's get an ugly one, and it'll frustrate them. And all we got to get is one. But we'll see what happens here in the second half if things change for the Mudcats. So we're going to fast forward here a couple minutes into the half here. And a name we haven't called yet, Action Jackson, Brett Jackson. Let's watch a nice little hustle play by Brett.
Is it for the Mudcats? He goes rink wide for Galt. Galt had it poked away by the sneaky Brett Jackson. Tracks that it's Turnbull. Jackson again has it over for Halverson. A shot. That one goes high and wide.
I know you've played with or against Brett Jackson before, Greg. Good little hustle there by Action.
Yeah, he's a good little player, and he's very underrated, especially with his stick. He's got a good stick, and he's got a pretty good reach for his size. And a lot of people take that, they don't realize
right here, Greg. I like that play right there, right?
Yeah,
That's the play right there.
that little stick check. Yeah, people don't realize how long the stick is for a little guy, and just kind of take that for granted with him sometimes. But he made a great play, and looked like Martini made the play on the boards, and a nice little pass back to Brett, and a shot by Max Halverson. So overall, it started with Brett there with a nice little play defensively, and Roadrunners got a little chance out of it.
So keep running here.
Martini fires it around the boards. Nobody there for the Roadrunners. It's a race for it. Murchison. He goes rink wide. Beautiful pass. Creates an odd man rush. Turnbull waits, looks, shoots. Johnson, the huge save. And he made it look so easy. So calm between the pipes.
Save look easy.
That was some play there, Greg. I don't even know how. It's almost like the Red Sea parted there for Turnbull, but it starts out with just a great pass by Murchison on the backhand here. Let's watch Murch here. Little flick, boom. They're in 3-on-1. And watch Turnbull. He fakes it, keeps going, and normally that puck's top shelf. But I don't know if we hit Johnson right in the chest there or Keith made the big save, but that's a goal that Mudcats want there for sure.
It's funny, when these plays start developing, just love watching the bench, right? The whole bench jumps up. And when you see Travis Turnbull in the slot like that, I mean, my hands are already up, honestly, because he's usually ripping a puck right past the goalie. But again, Keith Johnson came through, makes a huge save, cuts down the angle, and it's a guessing game there. It's a 3-on-1, so he made the right call there, and kind of knew Travis was probably going to shoot that puck.
Yeah, let's watch what happened with Clay Taylor the other way, Greg. I'll let you chime in here a little bit.
Yeah,
And the huge save, and he made it look so easy, so
Johnson
calm
makes
between the
every
pipes.
save look easy.
Jackson fakes the shot, cuts right wrister off the goalpost.
yeah. So it's funny I guess we could talk first, but yeah, Clay kind of overdid it with the pass, and Roadrunners picked it right up. And love the play by Brett Jackson here. He was just so patient. He saw CJ Yoder was kind of flat-footed there, and he uses that big reach of his, again, like you don't even realize he has. Just kind of cuts around and gets a nice little shot on net. Actually, it's a post, so it wasn't really on net, right? Doesn't count as a shot. But
What does Clay do here, Greg?
what's up?
Look at Clay here.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to get to that. And then Clay's like, guys, my bad. Thank God for that post. But yeah, he knew he overdid it with that pass. And gave a little shout out to the bench, apologizing. But most of the time he's bailing his team out, so it's quite all right sometimes.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to jump in here a few seconds here. Right here.
Yeah, as Turnbull gives Martini a rough ride. Jackson comes back after Hoare, but falls down. Hoare to the front of the net. Over to the far side. Turnbull missed it high.
Our boy Skylar Hoare there turning back the clock. Looked pretty nasty here. This play all around by Skylar. Let's break down this play, Greg. Starting out when he first gets it, then he gets run into, keeps battling, little engine that could there, keeps going, then throws some little those Cali moves through the legs, great pass, and just all around great shift by Skylar Hoare, maybe his best of the entire game.
Yeah, it was a talented play there. Brett Jackson's coming up on him. I think he overdoes it. He tries to make a play defensively there and kind of took himself out. He fell, he took himself out of the play, and Skylar read that. And
How skilled is this play right here, Greg?
It's highly skilled, especially when you're in so close like that against a real good player like Max Halverson. Max probably didn't really see it coming because it was just so tight. If he steps up and hits him, it's probably a penalty.
Right.
So he's kind of caught there, right? So, yeah, Skylar does a little dancing. And, again, I mean, that's the play you want. You want Travis Turnbull in that slot taking that one-timer, and he kind of shanked on it, and I think he went a little high there.
I wonder if Skylar's moves were he was dancing this well at his wedding last month as he's doing
right.
Some serious John Travolta stuff here by Skylar Hoare. Through the legs, boom, see you later. And yeah, you got Travis Turnbull. And again, when they watch this game, the Mudcats and especially Travis, I'm sure this is another one of those plays where you say, how do we not score there? We have to score in this situation. We should be winning this game. We should be tied at least in this game. Yeah. And another one, because look at Keith Johnson. He's looking at Skylar here. He's worried, is Skylar going to pull this puck back and shoot? He makes this great little feed. And look at Keith get over. And boom, another chance for Travis. It just doesn't go, which is very unusual because Travis Turnbull is usually good for at least a goal or two a game.
Yeah, exactly. That's the guy you want there. And, the puck gods weren't really on his side.
Oops, sorry there. Let's watch this play here.
Will Hines for Murchison. Nice move. Has two road runners on him, though. Couldn't do anything with it. This one sent ahead to Halverson. Halverson down the right wing. Sends it over to Blake Bennett. He shoots and scores.
Now, Greg, what started this whole thing is probably one of my favorite plays. Even when I'm playing, I love in roller hockey to do that. This goes so unnoticed here. I love this play by Delamorte here. So he gets the puck. Now, most guys, Greg, are going to pick this puck up and skate back into the defensive zone with the puck and reset it. Max makes a great break here and just shows how in tune these guys are with each other. Watch this little flip pass by Della here. Gone the other way. And as you know, there's so many guys that don't make that pass, Greg, and they take it back and slow it down. The whole play doesn't happen. But all it is that little flip, and then they're gone. 2-on-1. Guys are back checking, and a great play by Max to Bennett, and the boys are going.
Yeah, awesome read by Delamorte. Again, he doesn't get enough credit, I don't think. He does it all. He could score. He makes great plays. He's actually a real big boy too, so he could battle. But yeah, he's kind of like the unspoken hero, I think, on this Roadrunner team who doesn't get enough credit. But awesome play. Looked like the exact same goal they scored earlier, right? Going to the backhand pass.
You can blame Taylor for these two goals.
No, not at all. I mean, odd man rushes. But yeah, two identical goals and two real nice ones as well.
And then you see here, and you'll see it a couple times this game. We'll see it later on. Ty Murchison definitely has a little chippy side to him. And here I think it's more of, maybe I'll get my team going here a little bit with some nonsense, whatever. But after the goal is scored, you see Ty go in, and he takes a little run at Bennett. And then Max gives him a little shot. And let's watch it through a little bit here. And then big Turnbull comes over to get in there. And the referee gets between them. but he's trying to get his team going a little bit. You know, Ty, the young guy, you wouldn't expect that from the young guy trying to get his team woken up a little bit. You know, his dad's on the bench. He's kind of a fiery guy. You know, Chad Siebel probably loves that. He's a fiery guy. So it's fun seeing the youngster get in there and bring that old school Mudcat fiery mentality to the team.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if it was just frustration or he wanted to get the guys fired up a little bit, but yeah, got to give the youngster some credit there because Bennett's a pretty big boy too. So after a goal like that, just kind of burying him to the boards and don't want Turnbull getting unleashed there because he's pretty scary when he gets going. But
yeah, the only guy that could slow down Turnbull out there physically would be Larry, and he's on the same team with him, so that ain't gonna help. So they don't want to let him loose.
Exactly.
So we talked about our buddy Skylar Hoare early with dancing out there. He's gonna do a little more dancing on the dance floor here with a little spin move that draws a power play.
Could have not made the playoffs. They beat the Snipers to get in, and they haven't looked back since. Skylar Hoare tries a spinorama. He gets tripped up.
Well, they'll be teaching the OC Blade teams that move there, Greg. The old spin move there and puts a D-man in a tough spot. I asked you earlier if you thought this was a penalty or not, and it definitely can see a little leg kick out, but it's such a tough spot for a D-man. You come across here and a guy spins on you. It's almost impossible not to nail into him. So Skylar makes a great move there and takes a little trip. And again, power play Mudcats to try to get their team in on the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's always tough for a defenseman there. It's like he didn't mean to trip him, but it's an automatic call, I think, personally, especially when it was leg on leg there. So, yeah, it was good work on the back check, but Skylar made a good move, good heads up play, and tried a little spinorama and got a power play out of it.
Dennis Jeltzik saying hello there. Dennis, what's up, buddy?
Surprised he's not posted on Facebook.
Yeah, shouldn't you be busy in school right now with one of the million sports you're coaching? This guy, Dennis, Greg, I got to give him credit. He wears so many hats. He's coaching volleyball. He's coaching ice hockey. He's coaching soccer. He does weather reports. I think he's even doing pet shout outs and everything else the last couple of days. So he's been involved, this guy. Man that wears a lot of hats and does it all well. Our boy DJ.
He was out delivering merchandise to his students. Runs a rink. He's all over the place. Goes to Croatia for months. Just does it all.
He does everything. There was one thing, if I don't see a post on Facebook within 10 minutes, I'm calling the ambulance, I'm calling the hospital, I'm calling the police department because I'm worried about Dennis because I don't know anybody in the free world that posts more often on Facebook than Dennis Jeltzik. But love the guy either way. Great guy for the sport. Mr. Team New Jersey, Dennis Jeltzik. So big shout out to him. And I want to mention again, because we got about an hour left here, our wheel contest. We still have a couple spots left, guys. $5, chance to win a set of LaBeta Addictions. If interested, let us know. We get your name on the wheel. And you can Venmo us later, but just put a little message on the message board here if you want to get in. Don't be a cheapskate. Get in here. It's fun. See Vanna White Thompson spin the wheel in about an hour to win a set of LaBeta Addictions. Great set of wheels from LaBeta shipped to your house directly if you win. Got to be in it to win it. So let's go back here. Continue the second half. Now here we got another power play, Greg, by the Mudcats. And the question's going to be here. Do they change up the power play? I criticized it a little bit earlier. So let's see if the Mudcats change it or they go right back to what they've been doing.
Attack on the delayed penalty. Patagoki. Turnbull.
Right now they're on the delay right now.
Turnbull slap shot. That one's blocked.
See, Greg, even on the delay there, I'm not a big fan of that shot selection. I mean, you're facing right now the hottest goalie in the tournament, and Travis is shooting the puck basically from his bench area. Do you like this shot selection, Greg, up this high?
You know what? I don't really hate it, just because I know how deadly he is with a shot, and there's some traffic in front of the net, and maybe he's catching Keith Johnson off guard a little bit. I don't hate it, but I think he could have picked a better selection there on just to play when to take that shot.
Yeah, because my mindset here is, Greg, is if Travis works this puck down low, okay, the D's going to slide back, and you can work your way in tighter to make that shot another time a little closer. but
Mhm.
they're making it easy on the Roadrunners, I think, here. And I think if you ask Keith Johnson right now, the question I ask you, I think he'll take this shot all day long.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, there's a little traffic though, so it could have caused a little chaos for him in front of the net. So that's the only reason why I do like the shot. But again, I do see where you're coming from, and I don't really disagree with you.
How about Jordan Mueller with the big block? I didn't even realize before. Watch Jordan Mueller so you get shot from the stands here. Watch him go down. Hits him on the ankle. Jordan
like
made the
he pulled-
mistake there. Watch Jordan here, Greg. That's the mistake there. Watch him lift his right foot.
Flamingoed.
Flamingo's here on the right foot, and boom, he's right down. That's a lot of boy going down there.
I don't know. Maybe the speed and the let me see, and the power of the shot might have taken his leg up. It's kind of hard to tell.
No, I think he had it up already.
Okay.
He was doing the Olay there for sure.
Yeah, Flamingo.
Jordan Mueller on our
The old,
scorekeeper.
don't hit me.
Yeah. One of our scorekeepers here, Jordan Mueller.
Yeah.
Let's watch this power play here a little bit now once they get settled here, and let's see if they change it up at all.
We'll take the face off for the Mudcats. Another power play. This is a big one. They really need a goal on this one.
Della, by the way, won that one. Again, they stuck with Della LaJoy, wins a big face-off there, but it gets cleared right back to the Mudcats, and they have it.
Set up Barron out high now.
If they don't, it's going to be a huge boost. Not like it already wasn't for the Roadrunners, but man.
They go to Turnbull. At least they try. DeMart.
So that's a good play there by DiMartino. See, what I like here, so this is what I agree more with, Greg. If you want to have CJ in front, go to a diamond. Doesn't make sense to be in a box with CJ on top to me.
No, I mean, I kind of disagree on that. I like to see him in and out. I like to see him, in front of the net, especially when guys, the guys up there are shooting the puck a lot.
You go to Turnbull.
Hard to beat a goalie straight up. So I like a little traffic in a box sometimes, but he's got to be able to come out and give him an option on the sides.
Let's watch this kill a little bit by the Roadrunners here.
Puts on the brakes. Finds Delamorte. Long range shot. Blocked by Huntbrinker. Now out high. DiMartino's got a lane. Cuts to his left. Shoots. Clay Taylor, the big save.
It's a nice play by Delamorte and DiMartino there, Greg. And the Mudcats just look flat to me right now. I almost wondering, again, this is all in second guessing here, but maybe if I'm Chad Siebel, maybe I say, you know what, scratch this. I'm going to put a young line out there of Ethan Frank and Galt and Murchison and let them run the power play right now, and just put some energy into the game. Cripps,
Wow.
See, that's just sloppy there.
Roadrunners are all over this penalty kill.
Mudcats just can't get the puck here. And Richie already clears. 45 seconds left in the power play. Haven't had anything set up yet. Now they do. Adegoke moves in. Adegoke, right point.
Back to the box up top with a man in front. All this space over here.
Shooting, saved by Johnson. Yoder trying to find that rebound. It's loose, but then Johnson gets a cover.
And of course, it's
Now they make a change, bring out a whole new power play. Let's see what happens.
It's Galton. Frank are out there.
I think Chad read my mind there, Greg.
Barron and Adegoke. Adegoke for Lauren Barron. Now to Adegoke. Lauren Barron. Seam pass. Galt to Adegoke. A shot.
See, missing that there, Greg, but I love this movement so much better already.
Yeah, and
Goes
it's
behind
tough
the net.
when you have two righties up top like that too.
What's that?
It's tough when you have all righties out there too, especially up top.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's Galt with it. Back to full strength.
All right, and that's another big kill there by the Roadrunners, which has been the two talk to this game so far to me are the penalty kill of the Roadrunners and obviously Keith Johnson. They always say you want your goaltender to be your best penalty killer, Greg.
Yeah, phenomenal PK. I think they had the puck more than the Mudcats on this PK. So yeah, another great one by the Roadrunners.
And here, I don't know if you'll call this a soft penalty in the Pro Division, is a bad penalty by Hines, or just a little bit, Max Halverson, a lot of controversy in the quarterfinal with that penalty with JC Capadno on the boards getting thrown into the boards. But here again, Max gets thrown around a little bit.
Behind the net.
Obviously not as important of a play, but watch this play here in the corner for the penalty.
Turnbull gets to the puck, tries to center it. That one missed. Huntbrinker, far side, trying to dig this puck free.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, Max jumps there, Greg, to you.
You know what? Hines put himself in a bad spot. I mean, I get 1, I get 2, but then 3 was kind of hard and pretty low. Yeah.
I just couldn't tell if this last one if Max definitely did a little bit of a little jump move here. We have to get Max on one day to ask him if he jumped here. Because watch the last shot again. So that's one. And Max is looking back at him. And watch this one here.
Yeah, he definitely sold it pretty good too.
But like you said, Will Hines got to be a little smarter when the referee's right there. And he's probably going to call it. We haven't had a power play yet for the Roadrunners. And they get a chance there. But
Wasn't too soft.
forward here a little bit. See a little high stick there off the drawer here. Referees missed here, Greg. So watch Bennett. Little stick to the eye there
Yeah.
on Bennett. No call. Play
Puck
goes
is
on
down.
though.
I think it came up and hit Blake Bennett. Stays on the floor. Not in good shape though. Galt into his offensive zone, shorthanded. Just flipping it around the Roadrunners, killing some time. Now to Lauren Barron. Back for CJ Yoder. At what point do you try to get a goal here shorthanded?
I don't think you do. I think you have to kill this first. If you do get a chance, then you go with it. But I don't think you force any chance here at all.
Halverson to the back door, shot, they score!
I feel like this is game deja vu, Greg.
Like what, Tim? I'm sorry.
I feel like this is like game deja vu. Every goal just seems like it's the same as the last goal. And, if I'm the Mudcat coaches here, I'm so frustrated because we did such a good job here killing this, controlling the puck. And the Roadrunners really aren't pressing too hard knowing they're up by 2. But Galt here comes around here. First of all, Galt's got to stop behind the net here, Greg. If he stops here, you're going to see Delamorte stop in front of his net there, and you're going to have a chance to make a play. He keeps rolling here, and Della makes a step here, and Galt just is nonchalant. He just tries to do a little tip through, but you can't do around your own goal. He's got so many better options here. And Delamorte just bodies him up slightly. He falls down. They control it. I love Bennett to the high man here. And then I love this play by Max and Della because Delamorte here, a lot of guys would just stay right there and screen the goalie. He rolls back, Greg, puts himself in a position to score, and that's what good goal scorers do. And Max, again, one of the best passers in the game, makes a good pass there. And again, Clay Taylor has a tough chance there to make a save, and it's 3-0, and this lead looks insurmountable with Keith Johnson in goal at this point with 8.5 left.
Yeah, and it was such a good penalty kill by the Mudcats prior to that goal. They were controlling the puck so well, and Galt had an awesome PK up until that point, and I'm sure he knows it, But yeah, like you said, a little stop behind the net, get pushed out, maybe go to the other side, go around the other side, and dump it down or get a better option. But yeah, great play by Delamorte there, and Roadrunners ate that up and buried on the back door again. So that's 3 backdoor goals by the Roadrunners.
It's not easy to find a bad shift from Max Halverson in this tournament, but this might have been his toughest shift definitely of this game, maybe of the whole tournament. So let's watch this shift by Max Halverson where he struggled a little bit after he's played almost a perfect game to this point.
Ice in round robin, but
And this
still.
is going to be all possession here for the Roadrunners.
Frank comes away with the puck, sends it down low to CJ Yoder. They get it back to him, but that one is knocked away.
Oh, what are they doing?
Halverson turned it over. They go out front. Frank, a shot. Johnson, what a save. Rebound, Frank shot. Another amazing save. Played it in the middle. Murchison has it. He looks, he shoots.
My
Save by
goodness, Keith
Johnson.
Johnson.
So Keith Johnson, I think Max Halverson should have bought him lunch after this shift here, Greg.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. He definitely owes him a beer or two after that shift. What a paddle save at the end there. Definitely got a stick on that one. But Yeah, I mean, everyone has a bad shift, and Max, yeah, he tried to go through 2 guys there. Probably should have dropped it back, made the safe play there, and then I don't know what happened towards the net when he got the puck again. Like
I think he misread here. I think he thought his guy was going to be cutting there and wanted to make a little flip to send him the other way. He just misread it, and Frank's right on it.
which would have been a great play. Yeah, but yeah, Keith Johnson again. I mean, look at that paddle save, blocker save. I couldn't really tell from that angle, but Max just went to the bench, probably knowing, oh shit, like Keith definitely bailed me out there. You know.
Yeah, that's when you just look at your coach and get me the hell off the rink, please.
Yeah. Exactly.
But it's okay me having that shift when you got a goalie like that and you're up 3-0.
Yeah, and he's been pretty good in that game too, in the game too. So shouldn't hang his head too low.
No, 100%. Definitely been one of the top 5 players in this game for sure. Max Halverson, a great game here. And let's fast forward a little bit here as we wind down here. Just a great outlet pass by Joey D coming up.
He ended up on the seat of his pants. Frank on the forecheck. Wreaking some havoc.
Another 2-on-1.
Pass comes in front. Nice feed by Berger.
Just a great feed by Joey D there, Greg, who, they kind of contained Joey a little bit this game. I think the Mudcats, they were on him a lot. But then he makes plays like that, and he's so good defensively that Joey D just, to me, had an unbelievable game all around without being noticed on the score sheet.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think he overdid it originally, but he got the puck back. But made an awesome pass, I think, to Berger for a 2-on-1, and Mudcats, Clay Taylor kind of got in there, got a stick out, and made an awesome play, cut down the scoring chance.
Then you're going to see Joey D again right here. Come up, watch.
Jackson could handle it. Brian Galt spins out of traffic. Over for Frank. They try to get in front for CJ Yoder, and that one's blocked.
By Joey D.
So again, another good play by Joey D, playing both ends of the puck, which I think both of us are big fans of that. A lot of people just look at the offensive side of guys. Joey D brings it on both sides of the rink, which is so impressive. Now here's a bad turnover, this time by Action Jackson, and almost a goal for the Mudcats. Another big save by Johnson, who's bailing them out left and right here.
Well, game number 6 on the weekend.
Yeah.
Cody Page, wrist shot, save made. Knocked away by Brett Jackson.
Oh, bad turnover.
Big slap shot by Turnbull, save made by Johnson.
Again, Keith Johnson there, Gray. That's a guy you do not want to see with the puck in that position there. Travis Turnbull's probably scored 1 million goals in his life from this position. Point blank slapper. And again, Keith Johnson with the save.
Yeah, look how far out Keith is, just cutting down the angle. Yeah, honestly, it was a pretty bad bounce for Brett. He got the puck. All of a sudden, there were guys on him, and there was a turnover. Just a really tough play there.
Speaking of good defensive plays, here's a good defensive play by Bovey here.
Another 2-on-1.
Slides one to Mula. Mula over to the far side. Delamorte shooting. Blocked in front. Look at the defense there.
I know you'll appreciate that as a defenseman, Greg, giving up his body there, Bovey, and making a nice defensive play there. With this, I don't like guys going down, but it worked out there and blocked the shot.
Yeah, they kind of got caught, the crease, and he stepped up and had to sell out and make a play to save a goal. And Bovey did an awesome job just getting down and blocking that one.
Especially with 5 minutes left in a 3-0 game, you're probably going to lose this game. To still do that just shows the kind of player Cody Bovey is.
Yeah, no, his dad would have loved it, I'm sure.
Here comes another great save by Johnson.
Now it's Lauren Barron moving up the floor. Lauren Barron, wrist shot, deflected, comes to the far side, shot, Johnson makes another.
I don't know how he made that save. I couldn't tell if he missed it or he saved it there, Greg, but either way, another golden opportunity for the Mudcats here. Let's watch it. Aaron just throws it on goal. And that's why you throw pucks to goal again, low, Greg. See that rebound come out here? Juicy. I don't know if that's Frank or Galt here, but wide open chance. And just another save. Unbelievable, Keith Johnson, this whole game.
Yeah, so this draw here is huge for the Mudcats. We're going to the draw, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, they got to win this draw to pull the goalie again, right? And this is a killer draw. Roadrunners kind of put a dagger in the game after this draw because they killed so much clock. But yeah, our boy Nick Martini, primetime draw guy, comes in huge here and sets the pace for Roadrunners towards the end of the game.
Let's see what our buddy Martini does here. Didn't call Minerva that time. Martini got it right.
A lot of confusion. Where's this face-off going?
Should be to the right of Clay Taylor.
I think we're herding cattle over to the near side now. Everybody switches.
See, everybody's 3 across there, though, Greg. I like that.
Yep.
And this is not an easy draw here for Martini as a lefty.
He's a righty. He's a righty.
Oh, righty, sorry.
Draw one by the Roadrunners. Kill some time.
But he didn't even win that draw cleanly, Greg. So this is an example here about how you don't have to win a draw. You just need help.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. A tough draw for a righty there on that side. It's an easier face-off for a lefty there at your backhand. But they neutralize it there, and guys jump in there, and the puck gets chipped out. And then just good work by the Roadrunners. Again, the quicker, faster team gets it, controls it. And I think they wind up killing about 25 seconds on the clock here, Greg. Here.
Yeah, which is huge.
Fights away from Lauren Barron. Moves away from Huntbrinker. And gets to Ricciardi. Oh, a big hit.
That's a call. You got to make that call.
I don't like this play here, Greg. I know we talked about a little sandpaper from Murchison earlier, but to me, this is kind of a cheap shot here. I'm not a big fan of it. 2 minutes left in the game. You're down 3-0. I know you're frustrated or whatnot, but here you got Christian Acosta from California. So these guys, I'm sure, know each other. Young kid, small kid on the Roadrunners, getting a shift. Poor guys could probably getting a shift into this game. He probably hasn't played a ton this game. And Murchison just, I'll rewind it here. See, he's opened up here, gets rid of it. No need for it here. And Murch comes in and just crushes them. Had this been done, to somebody else or whatnot, I think guys would have went crazy on the Mudcat bench if done to them. But just a little bit of a frustrating play. Takes up a good cheap shot there. And then the funny part to me after is you watch Murch go into the bench. You can tell he's kind of arguing with the referees about it, and even slams a stick on the boards going to the penalty box here. You'll see it like they're arguing the call a little bit, which I don't see how you argue that one.
Yeah, that's an easy call for me. It's funny. Originally, I didn't see it. I didn't really see the play. And then when we reviewed this morning, you slowed it down, and the puck definitely was gone. Puck wasn't even in sight. Plus, honestly, it's non-checking, right? And he came in pretty hard. So it's an auto penalty for me.
And wrapping up this game here, another good save by Clay Taylor here.
I don't think that's similar size at all.
Yeah. Turnbull, wrist shot. Johnson makes the save.
I don't doubt that either. I'm not questioning the call at all.
Here's going to be a breakaway. Maybe a 2-on-1 now as Delamorte waits. Shoots. Glove save by Clay Taylor.
Coggin sitting up here with us, and you're right.
Rob Coggin, our head official, talking to the boys about that penalty and all agreeing that it was not necessary, I guess is the easy way to put it, in a 3-0 game. Something that could just cause some garbage at the end of a game.
Yeah.
And then we'll have the final nail in the coffin here coming up for the Roadrunners. They get their 4th goal.
Halverson. He fires it up ahead. Blake Bent.
Let's rewind that a little bit. You see a good play by Joey to Max, and then Max firing it down here.
Galt pressuring DiMartino. Smacks the puck away, but it goes right to Halverson. He fires it up ahead. Blake Bennett, a 2-on-1 with Delamorte. Blake Bennett shoots. He scores.
With authority.
Blake Bennett, good goal scorer there. That's all she wrote, Greg. 4-0 win. 4-0 win there by the Roadrunners decisively on the scoreboard. But you look at it here, looking at the stats here of this game, Greg, the Mudcats actually outshot the Roadrunners 20-13 that game. And I was checking out Keith Johnson for this tournament. So let's talk a little bit about, and we're going to bring, I don't see Nick Martini is not in the waiting room yet, Greg. So I don't know if you want to shoot him a text. He should be coming on here any minute. But Keith Johnson was 4-3 on the tournament, Greg. He faced 124 shots, only have 16 goals, 108 saves, and 5 of those goals wound up being in the championship game of those 16. But he had an .871 save percentage, 2 shutouts, and the shutouts were huge shutouts. One against the Snipers to get them into the playoffs, and this game here against the Mudcats. So he shut out 2 of the top playoff teams in the tournament. And I'm going to make a bold statement here. I know Cal Kafuk winds up winning MVP of the tournament based on the championship game only. But if we gave an MVP out, Greg, of the entire division, not just counting the championship game, to me, Keith Johnson is hands down the MVP of the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of saved the Roadrunners, right? I mean, they were basically, they needed that game against the Snipers that night before the playoffs started to make it into the playoffs. So he got a shutout in that game, and played outstanding. I'm pretty sure our sniper team outshot the Roadrunners that game as well. Stood on his head, got them in, and just he was spectacular during the playoffs as well for them. So yeah, he was definitely their MVP, and I would agree with you. He was probably MVP of the whole tournament.
Well, it's really talk about what MVP means, right? If you take a player and any team of this tournament and say if they didn't show up to the tournament, like Travis Snow not showing up to the tournament for PAMA, change their whole team.
Yeah.
If Keith Johnson does not come to this tournament, and I don't know who VO picks up in goal, or who their second goalie was here, I don't know if it's Kowalchuk or who it is, but who's a good goalie as well. But if Keith Johnson's not at this tournament, do the Tour Roadrunners get to the championship? I would say no.
Yeah, but you know what? You could make that argument for any team, right? Like the Snipers, or Redmond plays a huge role for the Snipers. Machinsky played a huge role for Black Ice. So who knows? It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, but for this team, this tournament, it's a little different when you see them getting outshot.
True.
Troy Redmond is the best player on the Snipers, but there's not too many games where Troy Redmond has to win the game for the Snipers and we're outshot. Same thing with Shinny. There's not too many games where Black Ice is being outshot and they have to win. Keith Johnson is winning games for the Roadrunners in this tournament, which is what you want your goalie to do.
Fair.
But just to his credit, he to me has been the MVP of this tournament for the Roadrunners. And the crazy part is, you look at it, the Roadrunners were 0-2 to start this tournament.
Yeah.
When the Snipers played them in Game 4 that night, going into it, if the Snipers win that game, Roadrunners don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So Snipers, them beating the Snipers just catapulted them with some confidence, I guess. And before you know it, they're knocking off teams and they're making a run. They go into the finals for a chance to win the PAMA Pro Invitational. So
it's impressive, and Keith Johnson definitely deserves all the credit in the world. But what I got out of that game was some major keys of the game for the Roadrunners were the penalty kill was outstanding. Keith Johnson stood on his head, and them scoring timely goals. I saw towards the end of the game, we didn't cover this. We didn't cover this, but Jordan Mueller actually missed 2 open nets on the when they pulled the goalie. So got to bust his chops a little bit next time we see him, because he's got to work on his open net shots from far out. But yeah, and then I don't know if we didn't play it, but the Mudcats actually scored a goal that got disallowed as well.
Yep.
Did you see that one?
Yeah, we'll talk about that with Nick here. So we got Nick Minerva on here, who first
Minerva.
and foremost, congratulations. Minerva again. We were talking about Nick Minerva earlier today for something, and since then I've been saying Minerva every single time. I'm so sorry. Nick Martini here, and most importantly, congratulations on being a new uncle.
Yeah, thank you. It's awesome. We're all excited.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You got to see him yesterday, huh?
Yeah, finally.
Cool.
We had a couple days, but it's awesome.
I'm sure your dad's over the moon with that.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. Another future roller hockey player from the Martini family I see coming out. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, Greg, we didn't cover that at the end of the game. So at the end of the game, with I don't know how much time was left, 30 seconds left.
Not even, yeah.
It looked like, I don't think it was a high stick watching the replay, but it's hard to really tell on here. But I remember when they were arguing about it and watching upstairs, I wanted them to say, all right, listen, if you guys score 3 goals in the next 20 seconds, then we'll go back and review it. If not, let's just keep playing right now, because it was like wasting time at that point for me. And I'm sure you felt the same way, Nick, being on the rink for that.
Yeah, I'm sure if it was the other way around, we would have been, in
Yeah.
the same,
Hopeful, I guess.
so
I mean, at that point, it's like the game's over, guys. Who really cares? Like,
yeah.
let's just go.
So Nick, I don't know if you heard me, but I was just saying a second ago how, to me, Keith Johnson was the MVP of this tournament this year as a whole. I'm assuming you're going to agree with me because you have to, but do you agree with
Always.
that?
Keith's the man. He's the best goalie in the game. He's the backbone to our team. So, having Rob back there as well, the tandem, Keith and Rob, it's just an awesome pair for our team.
Yeah. I know last summer, was it last summer, or Keith didn't make a couple events and Rob hopped in there and
Yeah, they're both all
great,
both,
so.
but obviously Keith's been around since day one for VO, and he's just, he's the man, so.
And he's playing a
Always
lot more.
Robbie too back there. He's our boy too.
No,
Yeah,
for
Rob
sure.
played for us at Midwest Wars one year. Remember that, Greg? And
Yeah, he
he
stood
played
on his
all in
head.
there as well. Another great goalie. So Nick, let me ask you. So we were just talking about how in this tournament, you guys start out 0-2. Then you win your third game, and you got to play the Snipers game 4 just to get into the playoffs. So I'm sure, to you guys, obviously you guys are a confident group, but you got to be saying, oh, here we go,
Yeah.
tough game to get in. So
Yeah.
what was the mindset in the locker room going into that game, if you remember? And, when you guys win it, how are you feeling going into the playoffs?
Definitely, I'm remembering the win just because it was the most memorable, obviously, playing a great group of players and a elite coach of yourself, it's just awesome, getting that win. I think that's the first time I've ever beaten you guys, so that was just huge for us. And going into the game, is just really, just trying to be positive and, saying that, this is our game to take and, we're the boys coming up. So,
Did you guys change any of your game plan going into that game to switch it up? Obviously, you guys weren't really playing too well leading up to the last couple games of the round robin. Did you guys change up your game plan? Was it just more mental?
Yeah, I'd say it was more of a mental thing, for our boys, since we're considered the young group and, playing a team like you guys, it's just, you guys are champions, always winning big tournaments and big games, so just going into that game, you got to have a different mindset that you're not going to lose. You can't go in saying, oh, we already lost this game. And obviously that's going to be the outcome, so as far as our gameplay, I think we always stick to the same system, and that's why, it works out for us most of the time. And, playing solid D and then trying to, come up on our opportunities that we,
No, I mentioned a few weeks ago, years ago, the year Black Ice won their first Narch championship.
yeah,
they knocked us out in the 1-8 game in the quarterfinal. And it was a game that, no one going into it expected us to lose.
yeah,
And I remember telling the guys in the locker room before the game that if we score the first goal, we're going to win this game probably 5-0, but if we don't score the first one, it's going to be trouble. And sure enough, they scored the first one and we just couldn't get going. And I felt like we kind of gave them that confidence. They went on to win that tournament. And then, the rest is history with Black Ice. And I'm thinking the same thing with you guys. And, not that I'm proud to help kickstart teams, playoff runs, but I think you guys knocking us out increase that confidence. And then you win that tough game against Rink Rat Envious that I don't think a year or two ago, I don't know if you guys come back and win a game like that you did this year. It showed a lot of character of your team. And then, to knock out a Mudcat team that was playing so well in this tournament. I'm ashamed to say, but I had the Mudcats picked to go to the finals going into it. I just liked the way they were playing. And then you guys go on, and I think that's going to catapult you guys for the next few years here in the Pro Division.
Yeah, the Mudcats, they had an awesome summer. I think they beat the Black Ice in round robin. I think it was like their first or second game of the tournament. So, they were having a huge tourney. And like you said, you got to come out and you got to set the tone and you want to get that first goal.
100%. Greg?
Yeah, so, leading into the championship game, what were the talks in the locker room? Definitely nerves were flowing through your body, I'm sure. what was the mindset in the locker room? Were guys kind of upbeat? Were they kind of, mentally preparing, calmer type locker room? What was the feel going to that championship?
Well, from what I remember, I'd like to say that I think we were a little too giddy. I think we won that semifinal game and we were riding the horse a little too much, I think we should have won that game, celebrated for a second because it was huge for us, but also sit down and concentrate really on that next game, which, we probably did, but not as much as I liked.
Yeah, you forget sometimes. It's kind of like when Team USA in 1980 knocked out Russia. You forget that that's not even the gold medal game, right? You still got another game to play after that. You got to keep it going. And you guys, sometimes you get so excited you're getting there and maybe you're not ready for that game, because watching that game, and we'll cover it next week, but I don't feel like that was the Roadrunners game, that game.
Yeah, exactly. I think we could have played a lot better that game. It's just, if you let the team like Black Ice, who's the best at controlling the game and slowing it down and making you chase and chasing, you're tiring your guys out, so guys like that, I think we should have, maybe had a little better game plan, but what are you going to do? You can't go back on it. All you could do is try to be better next time. And, so it is what it is.
Now, did you end up watching that semifinal game again?
Yeah.
Morning.
Sent it to me.
What, now thinking back and just watching, like after you watched the game, did you think the Mudcats kind of outplayed you guys at times? Did you think, what did you think after watching that game?
After watching, Keith just shut that game down like no other goalie can. I don't know. He just I think he said 20 saves, but when he said 20, I was like, that was it.
Don't count by our scorekeepers. They make a lot of mistakes. So. Might have been 50.
But, yeah, he played a real physical game, and that's exactly what he needed to do against us, and do I think they controlled the game? No, I think we actually, we played the right defensive game that we should have, and we just seized all our opportunities. We jumped on every chance we got and we scored. So
yeah,
I love those backdoor goals, with Max and Della and the Bennetts. They're always in the right positions, and it's just awesome. I love having those boys on the squad. It's great.
Yeah.
I want to rewind here a part we didn't show in the game here, but this speaks about your game a little bit by some comments by Trefty and George Brown during it. So I want to share this here real quick. Let's go back to the game for a second here, and I'm going to roll through here.
Martini wins the face-off. What else is new? That guy's an expert at it. I beat him in a face-off one time.
Did you?
Yeah. Terrible drop by the ref.
Was that why?
Yeah, it bounced, and he missed it. So that's why.
Trefty.
So, we talk, if you watched our podcast at all, Nick, Greg and I, we're big face-off guys. I played center most of my life, so I've always been big on face-off. Greg's a big face-off guy. As coaches, we talk about it a lot, and actually was a big part of our win in IHF World Championship, the Team USA in Slovakia back in 2017, that we talked a lot about all the face-offs the team had lost the year before. And I actually did a lot of breakdown on film about how much time went between losing the face-off and when Team USA got the puck back, and a big loss to Team Canada that year. And it was mind-blowing how much time they had the puck off of face-off losses. So I know it's not a big thing talked about a lot in roller hockey, but obviously for you, you're one of the best in the business. How important are face-offs to you, and where did that come from for you?
Well, I've always been a center since the first day of playing hockey. So I've been taking face-offs since day one, and I guess it just became a knack for me, that I just worked out that I was winning draws, so I stayed there. But yeah, that's what I like to do for the boys. I get out there, get us control, and just try to do my part, try to be a little bit of a bigger presence because our guys are a little smaller. I'm not the biggest guy out there, but I try to be one of the bigger guys on the team and take the hits for the boys and stuff. But yeah, as far as being a centerman, it's just it just worked out for me from day one.
And you also had yourself, don't cut yourself short there, but you also had a great tournament as well. I mean, you buried a bunch of goals during the round robin.
You have a hat trick one game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Not too many hatties in this point of your career in the pro division, so you got to be happy with
Not for
that.
anyone.
Was the first one. Someone should have got me that puck.
That's how you know you have a young team.
Yeah.
No, I think of faceoffs, Greg, though. I mean, there's a handful of guys. I think Austin Cangelosi, that was part of our team.
Billy
Nick,
Pascal.
yeah, Pascali's good on draws. Travis No's pretty good on draws. Garrett Ross is pretty good on draws.
Yeah, Travis is really good at draws.
Yeah, Travis is good. Even Travis Bokina is pretty good on draws. You know, there's a handful of guys, and they take a lot of pride in their faceoffs. But you're definitely one of the best at that. And you know, Greg, we pick on a lot about guys not being 3 across, and it seems like with your team, a lot of times in the defensive zone, Joey D or Max, they like to be, you know, back, which we get the fact they have confidence you win in those draws, but we always talk about we like to see them up a little higher to be able to help out with those battles on those 50-50 pucks.
Yeah, we spoke on that at what was Fall Wars.
Yeah.
Did anyone watch the review of the games and how they were talking about how you got on it up wrong? And I got on their chops a little bit about it, and
they're probably like, we beat the snipers. Why do we have to change anything?
Yeah. What do they know?
Yeah.
I know as a center, Nick, it's so frustrating when you're, well, whether it's ice or whatever, when the wingers or whoever aren't helping out or engaging at all. Because, you know, let's face it, you're not supposed to win clean all your draws, you know, so you want to get those pucks on those 50-50 ones, right?
Yeah, you can't get every draw, you know, so you always got to have your guys there to back you up. And I think one thing huge is everyone being on the same page going into the draw. A lot of guys just go in there, take the face off, and they don't know what their centerman's going to do. So I think one huge thing is that everyone's on the same page before that puck even drops. You know where you're trying to win it. If you don't win it, what's going to happen? So, you know, I think that's one huge point for taking draws that people could take away.
You know, I remember 2 years ago, that's something we had talked about when you guys lost that heartbreaker to PAMA in overtime. That one year, there was a big face-off. That's the year Keith Johnson got hurt in that and stayed in goal.
Oh yeah.
There was a huge face-off at center, and you guys at that point, I think, were up by a goal. And that's when they tied it and they won it late. And I don't know if it was Delamorte. I forgot who took the draw. And it just seemed like then, you know, young team just stepping in. They won the draw clean. They got control. They tied it. And we had talked about wanting you out there to take the draw, but just talking about how important talking about these draws are. And now here we fast forward a couple of years, you see the maturity on the Roadrunners, because it seemed every face-off, even when Delamorte was taking them, when you were taking them, guys are coming in, they seem more poised and taking the face-off seriously.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Yeah, I've seen a improvement on our boys over the years since, you know, I started in 2016, I think it was. You know, I was playing Bad Apples, and we didn't, you know, obviously we didn't get invited to PAMA Pro because, you know, we couldn't even win a game at Narch. But Vio told me, you know, he's like, yeah, you know, if you want to come, you know, come out. I think Kenny Halverson shot me the text. He said, come out and play with us, you know, the PAMA Pro tournament. And I was like totally honored to even get the call, you know, so it was great. And the rest has been history since then.
Yeah, so obviously for the people who are watching, you're originally from New Jersey, which a lot of people don't know.
Yeah, born and raised in New Jersey.
Yeah, so when did you move to Florida? What age? And I know you took a little lull for a little while, right? You didn't really play too much hockey for a couple of years, and you got back into
it. During the move, I took like a year or two break off during the move. But yeah, I moved to Florida in 2005 with my family. I played State Wars the very first year with New Jersey, and that was a blast, you know, going to I think it was Bensonville.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, Chicago. Yep. The Edge.
Blast. You know, so I've been playing State Wars since the very first year. And let's see, I think it was my second or third year of State Wars is when I moved to Florida and started playing with the Florida boys. We got the Moneymakers 91 team. I don't know if anyone ever heard of them. We were pretty cool. We were a pretty good team. We had the Everblades AAA team and the Moneymakers were the same team. So we had an ice and roller team that always played together. It was pretty cool. So
yeah,
worked for us.
Yeah, I remember those days. Moneymakers.
Yeah.
I got to share a funny thing I just saw here. I was looking up a little bit. So here is Nick's player profile from State Wars, and you can see that young guy, a little long flow going in the hair back then, Greg.
Oh my
Nicholas
God.
Martino, New Jersey, 91. Not bad. 12 games played, 19 points in 05, 06, 07, 2 years with New Jersey, and then with Florida, 91 and 07 there. So 12 goals in 12 games. Not too bad, Nick.
Thanks.
5'7", 140 pounds. Nick Martini here.
I wish I could grow that long hair.
Yeah,
You need me both, buddy.
So let me ask you here, this year at the PAMA Pro, obviously it was a crazy year with COVID and everything. So we were just excited just to get the tournament going, which, you know, you never knew what's going to happen this year.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was really pleased with how the division went. You know, teams were missing a couple guys here or there, but for the most part, most of the guys were there. And so what was your feelings about getting to play in that pretty awesome arena at the Memorial Coliseum and on that new floor and whatnot? Were you pretty impressed with that setup?
Oh yeah, definitely impressed. It was awesome. Everything, you know, the rink and just the floor. The floor was great. I'm pretty excited to try out that still mat puck, you know, on the floor this year.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, because I don't get to play roller all year round. I only play ice. You know, I play ice down in Palm Beach, and that's my only training for this. You know, so I get to play with the ice puck all week. So now that we're gonna do a little puck, it might be nice. You know, so we'll see.
Did you try it in warmups? One of those games? Did you get to try it out a little bit at all?
I stick in a little bit. I like it. You know, I've always been a big rocket puck guy, but you know, we'll see how the little heavier puck goes.
Right.
Yeah, obviously the rocket puck's awesome and you know, works great, but the still mat puck's made for that surface, so you know, it's got a nice feel to it.
Yeah, I'm excited to try it out and see how it works in the actual game.
So, you know, on the road runners, you know, besides Keith Johnson, you know, Joey DiMartino, Max Halverson get so much press all the time. But, you know, watching this game and watching you guys all tournament long, you know, there's a lot of other players on that team that are, besides yourself, that are just growing as players and becoming real big factors. And no two bigger than in that game is Nick Delamorte and Blake Bennett, just having huge games that game. I mean, what are your thoughts on those guys?
Oh yeah. Well, first off, having the Bennetts join our team, you know, has been huge. Obviously, they're two big goal scorers, so we've been looking for that for, you know, a few years now. We needed some guys that could just bury the puck at any time, and we got that with those two Bennett brothers, and it's great. With Della, man, he is really just taken off. He's been, you know, he's always been a great player, like you said earlier in the podcast, but he's just really taken off. And I guess you got to credit that to playing at Lindenwood and just practicing all the time.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, I think it shows. Like, it's so great to watch these young guys, Greg, and just see them getting better and better. Like, you know, there's so many young guys in this game alone that we remember as, we always joke around with Joey D. You know, I remember as a 4-year-old kid at Rapid Fire. You know, it just shows how old I am. But it's just amazing when you see these guys within the pro division, where they were just, you know, a role player kind of guy. Now suddenly, like, you notice them every shift as like main guys. It's pretty impressive, and I definitely see that with these guys that we're talking about.
yeah, no, it's weird because, you know, I think I started playing pro in like, was it 2001, 2002, and half these kids were still in diapers, or not even born yet. So for me, it's really crazy to see, and I can only imagine how guys like CJ feel, because I was probably in diapers when he first started, you know. But it's incredible seeing the young talent come up. It's pretty remarkable, to be honest with you. And you know, a lot of the ice guys that are playing are guys who are really good on their roller skates as well. So you know, they're even the guys who were just started playing, you know, a couple years back, you know, they're getting really good on their wheels. So just a fun division to watch, and you know, especially with all the young talent coming up, it's getting better and better every year.
You know, it's pretty amazing. You think about this PAMA Pro division for the Roadrunners. So you guys wound up playing, you know, 7 games in the tournament, and you just look at the teams that you had to play against overall, and you know, it's not like you're playing in a tournament where we got a few games, we mercied a few teams here, and then all of a sudden we got to play a tough game or two. I mean, you play the Connex team, which is a team going in, you think that should be your easiest game possibly, and you wind up losing to them 3-2 to start it.
Yeah,
that can't be a good start. Like, you're looking at your schedule going, that's our must-win game. But but then you play Alkali Rebel Lions, and they beat you as well in a close one. And then you play the Grizzlies, which, it's a game again. You're thinking we got to win this game. And it was a close game, 6-4 with the Grizzlies. So at that point, you're playing not your best hockey, you would think. And then suddenly shutting out the Snipers 3-0. Then Envious Rink Rat, which was the number one team in the tournament at that point, playing unbelievable. You beat them. Then you beat the Mudcats. Then you're playing Black Ice. So some really tough teams. And that's just a credit to the division, Nick, how every game is pretty tough in this division.
Oh yeah. I mean, 7 games at that level is just, it takes a toll on you, man. I mean, I'm 29 and I could tell you it's really tough to play 7 games at that level. You're feeling it by the end. You got bruises, cuts, you name it, welts.
Yeah, and you're in pretty good
Sunday,
shape,
right?
too.
You got 3 games on Sunday, quarterfinal, semifinal. That's no easy feat.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a long day. And the games are obviously longer than normal than, you normally play. So it takes a lot out of you. That's why, 3 lines is really clutch for this division. And, a lot of teams at first, I think, had 2 lines going in. I'm like, oh my God, like I couldn't imagine running 2 lines in this division. But yeah, 3 lines is clutch. And again, getting back to the Bennett brothers, I mean, that's a great duo, add into a third line, not necessarily a third line, but adding those guys later, to your lineup, it's remarkable and huge for you guys. Just adds a different element to your team.
Definitely.
Now, you want to while Nick's with us here, you want to do this wheel? So Nick,
Well,
we're
yeah,
asking
I
about
like.
a set of Lebator addictions today.
Yeah, I'd like to actually ask him his opinion on the 3 stars of the game. Obviously we have ours, and we could have flip flop a couple guys, but these were our 3 that I have that I'll post in a sec. But let's hear your input here.
Well, obviously, first I'm going to go with Keith. He's going to be the number 1 star. And for 2 and 3, I'm not going to do a specific order, but definitely Della and Blake Bennett.
You're playing Switzerland. That's usually my job.
Greg's nickname. So
yeah.
Not to hire Nick, I think here.
Yeah. So I mean, it was pretty obvious. Max Alverson actually had a remarkable game as well. He had a bunch of assists as well. It's funny. Tim and I look back at the score sheet, and they actually missed one of Max's assists that we did fix. So Max has 1 more point after the tournament. But this was our final 3 stars of the game: Keith Johnson, Blake Bennett, and Nick Bellamorte.
Yeah, you wish you could have more stars, man. But when there's only 3, those are them right there for that game.
So, yeah, pretty spot on. All right, let me pull up the wheel. So, Nick, I'm sure you saw on our social media and stuff like that, but we've been doing the wheel, and especially during quarantine, it was just a fun thing to do for State Wars hockey listeners and players and fans. So, we're like, let's get it going again. We had a couple people reach out to us. That was fun. Let's get it going. So we're like, all right. So today we're doing the Beta Addiction wheels. Have you ever skated on these wheels?
Yeah, I skate on Lebeda currently. I love the slimes and addictions. I skate on the unions. I skate on millenniums since I don't know how long, when the millennium came out, like how long ago.
What's your favorite wheel, Nick, for Lebator right now?
For right now, I'd probably say the slimes. I like the slimes a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I use the slime. I went back to the unions a little bit. I like the unions. And I always loved its orange addiction wheel also.
Yeah, I really like the addictions too. The addictions is a really nice wheel. That's probably my close second right now, if not first. I like them both.
Yeah, I was always a Millennium guy. Love the Millenniums. Still, I think they might be the best-selling wheel ever to hit the stores. Just a consistent wheel, but every company has such good wheels these days. The technology is just incredible. But the addiction, love the addictions as well. But
we'll have different contests, Greg. Our other wheel sponsors, Connex and Rinkrat, we'll have contests with them coming up as well, showing the love with all our sponsors. So,
of course. Awesome. Now you guys can see the wheel, correct?
Yeah, I can see it.
All right, I'm going to shuffle it up a little bit. All right. I'm going to click the spin here.
All
Here
right,
we
Vanna
go.
White, let's go.
Oh, Alex Howie.
That's Howie from New Jersey.
Yeah, they're
Nice.
actually on following us right now. So
Yeah, I think they're on the Lebeda Devils, aren't they? DSC.
Nice.
I think they are. Yeah. Yep.
I think they're part of the team.
Yep.
All right, congratulations to Alex there.
Jersey.
That of
Jersey
addiction.
representing.
Big Jersey Day with Dennis Jelsic chime in before. This is Scott Ives. This is a New Jersey Day here on
Scotty.
SWH podcast.
What's up, Scotty?
So Nick, in closing, obviously you guys had a great year. Not the final result that you wanted, but definitely a great step moving forward for you guys. What do you expect for 2021? Wow, it's weird to say 21. 2021.
Yeah.
Time flies. But what do you expect from the Roadrunners camp for next year, and maybe some adjustments you guys have to make, or maybe some changes in the lineup? What do you guys got going on?
Oh, well, I don't think we really have anything switching up too much. Probably going to see the same old boys, and hopefully the same old style of play that we're bringing to the table now. Hopefully we'll just keep the ball rolling and just maybe make it to some more finals and steal one of these championships. We got one under the belt out in Cali.
Yeah.
But obviously people downplay that tournament a little bit because not every team was there. But we like to think of it as one of our big championships, and we're trying to get one of those PAMA Pro titles. That's the main goal.
Yeah, and it gets tougher as you get older. Just because guys stop playing. Our team. We might be older, but a lot of our guys are playing high-end hockey, high-end ice hockey, and on their playing in Europe and stuff like that. So it gets tougher and tougher as you get a little older, especially with jobs, as I'm sure. You're not skating as much as you want. Marriages and kids and stuff like that come up. So it's definitely for you guys, this is the time. I mean, the window's open for you guys. You guys are still playing a lot of hockey, and definitely a fun team to watch. So I expect big things from the Roadrunners this summer.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate that. Likewise to you guys as well. Always a pleasure playing the Sniper boys, and same to you, Tim.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Always great having you on here. And again, congrats. Tell your brother congratulations and your parents and everyone. It's going to be exciting Christmas for sure for you guys out there. And we'll see you soon. All right.
Yeah.
Look out for baby Nico.
Oh yeah.
Any shout outs or last words from you or what?
Yes, shout out. Let's see, to my family, obviously. Love my family and my friends, everybody, and my teammates. My coach Vio.
Coach V.
What about Coach
I don't know if you
Ralph?
know this, Nick. I coached V way back in the day. He was one of our goalies with the Snipers back when he was in 14U. So it's funny thinking back when Coach V was one of our goalies.
Yeah, he's gonna pop on the old Eeyore mask again.
Yeah, he always says he's going to start playing again, but he never does. So I mean, we'll see. A couple
Let's
years.
Give him that put him on the wheels.
Yeah, I'd say
He
probably.
and Rob ever both go down in a tournament. You always got Vio on the bench to fill in. So
I'd say probably 10 years or so. Or, yeah, I'd say 10 years ago or so. I played in the league with Vio. Played a little deck hockey with him, and a ball hockey league on skates. So we had some fun with that. Yeah, some good times. But I don't think he's played since. So you got to get him back playing.
You got to get him out there.
We actually play Ralph in ice hockey.
yeah, we played Ralph and Ice a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ralph's a good guy. Shout out to Ralph.
Yeah, pretty good seeing him on the ice.
All right, brother. Well, you have a good rest of the day, good weekend, and we'll hopefully see you soon. All right, bud? Be well.
Yeah, appreciate it. Same to you guys. Nice
right,
seeing you
soon, buddy.
Have me, guys.
All right,
Okay, thanks.
Another one of the great guys in the sport, Nick Martini, known his family a long time back in the old Bad Apple days and all the Rahway days back. His dad was one of the original typical East Coast crazy dad, great guy. Always got along well with him because as another East Coaster, you don't really get that stuff unless you're from the East Coast. You know,
Northeast guy.
Yeah.
Big difference, right?
So he, you know, from out west, we would go to tournaments and probably thought we're all nuts, all these guys. But, you know, his dad, you know, his brother played, he played, great hockey family, big part of the sport back in the day, back in the old Jersey Rahway days. So always great catch up with him. And it's great seeing him that he's caught on with the Roadrunners and a good group there. And that's talking about piece of the puzzle, Greg. That was a great move by Vio over the years to pick up a guy like him, a veteran, some experience, a guy who gets in there. Like you said, he's a bigger guy. You know, the tattoos make you look even tougher, I think, sometimes too. He's got that look, even though he's like a nicest guy in the world. He gets that meaner look on the rink for you. You know, you need a guy like that to smack around the youngsters in the locker room a little bit and, you know, wake them up.
Yeah, guys respect him, I'm sure, and plays a great role for the Roadrunners. So again, huge pickup for them and fits in well with those guys.
And speaking of veterans here, let's hear from our buddy CJ Yoder.
Hey guys, CJ Yoder here, captain of the tour Mudcats. When I'm not bathing in the fountain of youth in my backyard, I'm listening to Stay Worse podcast. You guys should be too.
That's our buddy CJ Yoder, who actually, you know, recently opened up his Legends hockey rink out in Colorado, and can't wait to get out there, Greg, and check out his facility. You know, anything he's a part of is going to be top notch.
Oh yeah, I was texting back and forth with him the other day, and you know, seems like everything's going pretty well there. That place looks pretty awesome. You know, the guys who went out there for the PIHA finals, they were loving it. You know, they were getting texts, just talking about it, the facility, and how well run it is. And you know, I'm sure it's only going to get better. You know, after this whole COVID thing's done, I'm sure a lot more leagues will open up for them, and a lot more opportunity with some other things there. So, pretty cool stuff out there at Legends. Another congrats out to Alex Howie for winning the LeBeta Addiction Wheels. It's a huge win for him, and we'll be in touch with you to get your mailing address and sizes. So keep an eye out.
And I think Alex Howie, I think he actually plays for Iska Grizzlies right now, not the LeBeta Devils. So get those teams confused. A lot of guys jump around and play on different teams and tournaments, and playing for Team New Jersey kind of confuses things. So congrats to Alex for winning that. But yeah, you know, does great coverage today, Greg. And yeah, you know, Keith Johnson again, you know, as coach of Team USA, you know, he's on our radar now, you know, in the future here. You know, we're always looking at new talent and whatnot. And I could definitely see Keith Johnson in the future, maybe with a red, white, and blue jersey on, Greg.
Yeah, man. I agree. You know, for a couple of years, again, we stated before, I think he kind of stopped playing for a little while, got into, you know, his job, but he's been playing a lot of hockey now, man, and he's lights out, and definitely deserves a shot at tryouts and, you know, at representing Team USA. So be awesome for him to get the nod.
You know, Steph Gibbons from out in Colorado says that there was a youth Ironman last weekend at Legends. It was a blast. So it's good. They got a youth tournament going on off there. And I think this weekend coming up, I think Narch has their, you know, they're starting their Pacific Cup again out west. Darren Goodwin, good job with him getting that started again. It was a great tournament series back in the day out in California. You know, as a sniper coach, we took our teams out to play in that, which is crazy to think about nowadays. No one would even think about doing that probably. Yeah. We brought two of our teams out to California to play in the Pacific Cup against these Cali teams for a weekend. But they're having a tournament in Arizona. You know, California, unfortunately, is still under their lockdown or whatnot. But Arizona has hockey being played, and there's a facility out there, Barney's, that the Pacific Cup's taking place. And talking to Dan Maxwell yesterday, I think the OC Blade organization that they just restarted is going out there to play against some Arizona teams. So good luck to everyone this weekend playing in the first Pacific Cup starting this weekend, Arizona.
Yeah, that's great. It takes me back, man. Again, our Tour Dragon teams went out there as well back in 2001, 2000. Went out and played at Uplands. I think it was Upland and the old Anaheim rink. Maybe Corona. I forget now because I've been to all of them. But it's some good times. But the format, I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the same, you know, moving forward this year. But you know, you just go out and play a bunch of games during the weekend. There were no champions or anything crowned for the weekend. You just go out, play your games, and you're done. Right. There were like no champions crowned for like a tournament. You know, it's an overall, I guess, point system.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if Darren's just doing it like a tournament setting, like the whole weekend you play. Then it was kind of like you went for a block of time and you played like 5. I remember our team struggled because we had the same team playing 2 divisions.
Mhm.
The way they kind of scheduled us kind of hammered us. And we had so many games in a short period of time that we wound up just playing awful, I remember. And then playing against some really tough competition back then out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a fun time just going out there and getting to play. And it was a huge, series that Paul Chapey that, wound up starting Narch back then had started that. That's what started out there, the Coho Pacific Cup back when Coho was the big sponsor out there in California. So good luck to Darren Goodwin and the Narch group for getting Pacific Cup started again. So we wish them the best in Arizona this weekend. But it's good to see CJ got an Ironman off. The good thing with us here at State Wars Hockey is this, Greg, this is normally our downtime. So we're lucky in a sense that even without COVID, we really wouldn't be doing anything now until the end of February when we kick off in Winter Wars West out in California. So we're waiting for that. And fingers crossed, we'll be ready to have it be out there and then our season gets started. But this is normally our downtime, which is nice to get a little lull right now. And it's nice when your lulls are in times you expect them to be down. So no big shock here.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get going as normal, end of February in Corona and Irvine. Looking forward to it, man. It's been a while since we got out in the sun out on the West Coast. And,
that's the last big tournament we ran out there. Remember last year, Winter Wars, we got it off the ground and then the whole COVID thing started. So we got that in the books out there. But I'll be excited to go to Corona, with HB closing. We're going out to Corona, which Ben Barrett and Jeannie Barrett, who run the Bulldogs organization, they own that rink. And it's great just to be able to support them. They're big supporters of State Wars. Even last summer, they brought a couple teams, 8 and under team, and they played up a division as well. Came out from California to play at State Wars. Great team, great families on that organization. So I'm really happy to be able to support them and bring a huge tournament like Winter Wars West to their facility. And I know they're excited to have us.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's been a long time since I've been to Corona. I always see pictures and stuff like that. I see the bar and they got a cool setup there, and I'm looking forward to just some West Coast hockey, seeing our West Coast friends and teams. It's been a little while, so looking forward to it.
No, 100%. But all right, well, great job today, GT. Great seeing you guys at home, and thanks for everyone that was chiming in a little bit there. Thanks for your support. And remember, I know Greg had mentioned we have that State Wars Hockey. Are you ready? Is it summer yet? T-shirt, limited sale, exclusive shirt available through December 11th. So please pass on the word about that. Definitely working on getting that out. We had a ton of sales our first couple of days of that, but it will be a limited sale basis. It will not be available at tournaments this year. So I'd love to see you guys rocking that around the rinks this year when we get started. Because I think like everyone else, we wish it was summer already right now, especially with the cold weather coming and the restrictions and whatnot, especially on the East Coast. So, but thank you guys for your support with that. And before we get going here, we're going to hear from the voice of State Wars Hockey, PJ Cabaya.
So, man, this is PJ Cavalla, the voice of State Wars Hockey, and you are watching the SWH podcast brought to you by Glass Half Full Productions. Thank you to all of our amazing sponsors, Mission Bauer, Tour, Alkali, La Beta, Rink Rat, Conix, Warrior, Monkey Sports, Yord Watches, Car Shield, Rocket Puck, Wraparound, and Top Shelf Targets. We look forward to seeing you all on the rink soon.
And more than ever, we definitely look forward to seeing everyone on the rink soon rather than later, 2021, bringing some great things ahead for us here. Like we said earlier, it's only going to get better, everybody. Let's stay positive and have a great weekend. And GT, we'll talk to you soon.
See you soon.